Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. North American stock futures back in positive territory once again this morning, looking to build on gains from Wednesday's session. Despite the events in Washington yesterday, we saw the market, the S&P that is, hold up remarkably well, especially late in the day. The NASDAQ with a little bit more of a severe sell-off. But we also saw and learned that both special runoff elections in Georgia, both seats picked up by the Democrats, giving them a majority control in both the House and the Senate now, with Vice President-elect Kamala Harris becoming the tiebreaker in the Senate. We'll talk about how that is going to affect the market and individual stocks coming up. At the end of the session yesterday, the Dow Jones was up 400 points, 1.4%. We saw the S&P up about 0.5%. As I mentioned, the tech-heavy NASDAQ, the only one ending in negative territory. Individually this morning, cannabis stocks back on watch, higher again. As a group, we'll have a look at the entire group. Clean energy stocks also moving around. Lots of individual names to look at moving higher on the possibility and the likelihood of more favorable policies coming. We'll talk about FCell, Plug Power, also with individual news. Bed Bath & Beyond, I should say, not Best Buy, with earnings. We'll have a look at some earnings for the first time in a while. It's Thursday, January 7th, 2021. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. You can see Australia and Japan back in positive territory, leading this region higher, along with Korea. Nice 2% gain. We'll go over to Europe next and have a look at, a bit of a mixed showing so far. Germany, France, higher. A bit of a mixed showing outside of Sweden. Otherwise, look at Sweden there, 2% higher as well. Let's go over to North America to see how futures are shaping up so far. 0.8% move for the NASDAQ back to the upside, which is good to see. We've seen the NASDAQ struggling the past couple of days, 0.5% for both the S&P and Dow. TSX futures here in Toronto higher once again. Brazil's open, trading higher. Yep, Bitcoin 6%, more all-time highs. Crude oil and gold also in positive territory. Good morning, guys. Brand new day. We have lots to talk about this morning. Last I checked, it was above 38,000. Well, we might have to add Bitcoin to the bottom corner there just to make sure that we're getting a real-time update as we have more all-time highs today for cryptocurrencies. Yeah, I mean, as I see like Italy, Spain roll by, I feel like maybe people might be a little bit more interested in what's going on in crypto land. And certainly, even some of the headlines that we'll see today, and when we go over the watch list, you'll see a couple of names with Bitcoin, or actually just crypto in their press release, and getting some moves to the upside. So that is on in full force. As you mentioned there, Brendan, we have some earnings to get to. Today we talked about Bed Bath & Beyond, or you talked about Bed Bath & Beyond, and Walgreens as well, recent Dow member there. So that story is back in play. When I tweeted my list this morning, I put like Tesla in there, talking about the themes from yesterday in the EV space in general, and someone replied asking what's going on with Tesla, and it's like, just another day, they're up. That's what's going on. But we're getting to that magical random 787 number, and I love Tesla and the random numbers on the way up. I'm interested to see if it does anything there today. Although I feel like, Sean, shorting it at 787 was a golden trade last year. Today, you might get run over like a freight train.
Yeah, I wouldn't. We talked about that yesterday, and what's up to everybody? Thank you for joining us once again on what should be another exciting day, to say the least. It didn't get too exciting until the afternoon yesterday, but we're going to have a big day today as the markets are going to open up close to, if not at all-time highs, I guess, with the Dow Jones and whatnot. NASDAQ again bumping higher here today, and yeah, crypto is all the rage and all the talk, and I think that's a good idea. I thought we had it on our markets, but I guess maybe we don't for crypto. But yeah, BTC, Brendan, you asked for the current price. 38.3 right now, so 38,003 US dollars. And yeah, what a big run that's been. There's been Mara, you guys know about that, Riot, and BTBT, along with the Grayscale Bitcoin GBTC. So there's a lot to trade, and we're not going to stop. We had some big trades yesterday. Cannabis again, I'm looking at CGC right now, up another 5% today. That's been a good one. We're holding long on those, and we're not going to stop that. And yeah, we're going to look for some good trades. Roku yesterday still. like today now, 351. We had 330 long yesterday. That was a big trade. We'll look at Alibaba. We saw NIO yesterday afternoon, Brendan. NIO and Baba, some of those Chinese names, down in the drain, but rallied back a little bit. So that was great to see. What a wild afternoon, and it's going to be even a better day, hopefully, kicking off in about an hour.
Yeah, there was rumors that late in the session yesterday that Alibaba and possibly other Chinese names could be added to the list of stocks coming off of the New York Stock Exchange. So we'll talk about that. Have a look at some of the moves in the afternoon, both down initially and then back up yesterday. So much opportunity late in the session. Let's have a look first off to kick things off at how traders here at Day Trade the World fared throughout the session yesterday. Big numbers coming out of a lot of markets. Once again, a bit of a mix here from the U.S. and Canada. 106,000, number one, 70,000 here. Same story. Bit of a mix as far as the markets are concerned. Look at OTC pink sheets there, 26,000 all on its own. Good to see the BOVESPA in Brazil, Johannesburg. We have OTC pink as well, 22,000. Got to go all the way down to number 9 before you get out of the 5-figure club. So another great day for traders here at Day Trade the World. Before we get into what is moving around in the pre-market this morning, we're going to go over and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning, Brandon, and hi traders. I wish you all a profitable day. Please support the community, subscribe to this channel, and hit thumbs up. Let's get it started, Brandon.
Yeah, let's get right into things, guys. We have so much to cover this morning. I want to talk about these moves that we saw in some of these Chinese stocks late in the session yesterday when that news came out that there could be more added to the list of stocks coming off U.S. markets. We saw Alibaba with a big spike to the downside. We saw NIO, XPeng, Li Auto as well, all sold off sharply. NIO by far, I want to focus on that one if we can, guys. NIO by far was the weakest when it comes specifically to the EV makers.
Yeah,
it's weird to me, but
yeah, I was prepared to talk. I mean, this is the drop here for Baba, and I just want to bring this to people's attention here. When it got listed, that potentially there were other companies going to be involved with some of this delisting and some tighter regulations, even from the U.S. Forget about regulations in China, and I mean, this was very. The funny thing about this, I wasn't trading it. We were watching other names and should have been on this one. Again, it was polarizing yesterday afternoon. But 234, like, I mean, look at this. It cracks this level and then just keeps plummeting almost right back down to that 222 level that we bought at the other day. So, yeah, Alibaba continuing to be in trouble here. But apparently, they're not. I mean, I don't have any fears of these guys getting delisted whatsoever, especially now that it's going to be a Biden presidency 100%. I think that some of these, and I know we led this with EV makers, but I just want to talk about Baba quickly because honestly, like, they're not going to get delisted. I really believe they have a legitimate business there from what I know. I mean, again, because Chinese, we do know that there could be some accounting issues, but their accounting firm is PricewaterhouseCoopers. They accounted for U.S. style accounting. We've done the research on all of that. So, look, I like Alibaba to the long side, but you may have to, wait a little bit. This is one of my picks for 2021. I just think that Alibaba's been beat down too much, and I can see 270, 280 in the next couple weeks here.
with Baba, it's not even just that they've been beaten down. It's just if you always had looked historically, their growth versus, say, Amazon revenue when it comes to revenues and value and the market cap, it's kind of been lagging in that regard. So they were kind of already going to be playing some catch up. What's interesting to me, Sean, is you look at that Alibaba chart that Sean just had up, and you saw, of course, in the pre-market here, right on that same consolidation bottom. After the news dropped. And then you contrast that with what you see here in NIO, which in some ways, made that deeper dive right through the previous days, support levels, all the way into, you have to go back into last week, or as I'm going to keep saying, last year, that closed at 49. It dipped off 49. But here we are, right back, up 5% overall, gaining not everything back, but on the verge of getting essentially right back to where the move was. So that's what stands out to me is just the overall theme of the EV space seems to be driving the market. You can call it whatever you want, the Robinhood effect, momentum. It is what it is. Now, this is sort of that proof that on a fundamental level, you can make all the arguments in the world about Alibaba and why it should be bouncing from these levels, yet it's NIO that's doing it anyway. So, I kind of look at this like 55. level that's up here. It's a couple of day high. If we break that today, that's just further proof that it almost doesn't matter, the headline. And as Sean mentioned, some of this it could easily go away in a few weeks, right? So this could just be a bit of ramping up of rhetoric, and then we see a completely different tune by next month, let's say.
I have NEO up on the board here. Just quick, I just want to show people, sorry. We do have it here, 596,000 shares to buy. So there is some NEO bid here. I just want to show this imbalance locator. A lot of you like to see that. It's not too crazy right now. It's only 840, but there's NEO. I think they're agreeing with us here that maybe that's overdone a bit. There's that drop-off spot that Neil talked about there, 53.50, 54, something like that. If you get aggressive, 54 to the high side, it was trying to break before that news came. So I like NEO to the long side, but we'll play the dips off the open, Brendan.
Yeah, I see that AMC on there as well. We had news on AMC during the show yesterday, so worth a look once again this morning. Let's bring in Luis Barbados, joining us once again from Spain, Day Trade the World. Floor operator and owner over in Barcelona. Good to have you once again, Luis. I mean, excitement all around yesterday, opportunity all around, just from a higher look, idea. Talk about the importance maybe a little bit of, as a trader, we have to be in our seats. We have to be looking at the screens even late in the session to be able to take advantage of some of these opportunities when they come.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be focused the whole day, of course, and aware of some news. It's not so much about we are trying to understand the news, but it provokes some movement, some shaking in the market. So that's what we really like. And we expect today to have a nice day with volume and volatility. So it's going to be another pretty profitable day, probably.
When it comes to what was actually moving yesterday late in the session, tell us a little bit about what you guys were focused on, where you saw the opportunities as we headed into the close so volatile.
Yeah, we were acting more actively in the opening, actually, with the Mara and Riot. All the blockchain sector were very active. And there is another stock we're trading very active, is NCTY, the 9 limited stock is moving crazy from $2 to 24 in 1 week. So we were acting pretty active on the NCTY as well.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of these little micro cap and small cap companies coming out with some sort of announcement saying they're getting involved in blockchain, regardless of what their actual business is focused on. Give me your thoughts on this morning as we head towards the open here. What are you guys going to be focused on?
Yeah, we have night watch list today. We have 2 sectors very active. We're going to have a look on electric vehicles, of course, with the Chinese numbers. As you said, NEO probably is the weakest one of them. Okay, we're checking as well Li and XPEP, as well as NEO. And Tesla is almost on the all-time highs, but we're going to check these Chinese names on the electric vehicles. We are going to have take care of blockchain as well with Mara and Riot. Mara is moving up 18-19% as well today, but it has an important level in 20. So we're going to try to short, if it fails 20-50, we're going to try to short it around that area. And we have some small cap as OGEN, with 50 million float, trading already 6 million. Okay, so it's going to be pretty active as well. And CBAT, 30 million shares, is trading 6 million already and moving up pretty sharp. So we're going to check CBAT as well.
When it comes to, I want to focus on CBAT as you brought it up here, because that is a clean energy name. We have obviously some news headlines backing this move to the upside. How much do you focus on from a directional standpoint? How much do you focus on the news when trading a name like CBAT, which is CBAK Energy?
Yeah, we focus pretty much on the tape reading on level 2. So we try to understand where is the power, if it's a more buy-in power or shorting side. So we try to not take so much attention to the new, but actually what the market is telling us, looking at the level 2 and the time of sales for the tape reading. We've seen struggling to break $9, $9.20. So let's see the opening. If it's very strong and pushing through 9, we might see new tests, new highs, and we might try to go long on those levels. If it fails 9 and the level 2 is telling us that we have some nice fields to get short, we're going to try to see if it goes to $8.20, $8. Supports.
I know Neil's going to be focused on some of these names as well, so we'll bring in Neil here, talk about some other opportunities.
Good morning, Luis. As always, good to have you here. You said something about Mara, and I had when I threw up the chart here. Well, obviously we've had the chart up of Mara probably every single day, but just looking at the daily chart, it sort of immediately sticks out. And every now and then you see these patterns that, while make sense to me, sometimes can get a little bit scary. And I'll tell you why here. So you had this $10 consolidation. Obviously, you get this breakout at 5. You get this consolidation with a 10 bottom and a breakout at 15, right? So, okay, so is it that simple? 5, 10, 15, 20. Now, obviously, if you played this sort of idea on that, in the first day, we get to that 15 mark or shy of that 15 mark, fade back in. I mean, an even harder push when it failed at 15. This time, I feel like, sometimes when more eyes are looking at it, and I was thinking about that same short there. Of course, you got to watch what's going on in spot price and make sure you're not running into a crazy run to the upside, maybe in Bitcoin or something like that. But do you take into account when you look at that 20 level or something like it, just how many times you've seen a similar pattern going in before, thinking that maybe there's a few too many eyes and a few too many bets that might be the same way, such that if there's too many shorts breaking at the same price, it could be a risky trade. Does that play at all into your strategy?
Yeah, we check how many times we see this pattern. 3 very strong days in a run, very high, very sharp movement up. So we try to play with the probability, with the odds. Okay, so we believe here it is more risky to play long. I know it's been up, but we might see some sort of squeeze to 20, 50, 20, 80 maybe, but there is a risk if you go long over that prices that you see a very, very sharp movement down. Okay, so you try to play with the odds. What is, in your opinion, more likely? Where do you feel more comfortable? And then we go both sides. We don't have this prejudice. I'm not gonna go short, I'm not gonna go long. But if we go long here, we go very small. At least if it doesn't show very, very strong in the opening. But yes, we play with these daily charts and see what is the weakest side, long or short.
Yeah, definitely good look. And I mean, a lot of times we've brought you on here and we will talk about some of those small cap names, or at least in terms of lower price stocks that'll have 1 cent spread, so that when you're actively trading, I mean, it's just a little bit easier to move larger size positions. Execution is a little bit of a different story. And then now you mentioned NCTY here, which, right now I see a 4 or 5 cent spread, and sometimes opening up to 10 cents here. But I've seen 20 pennies in the pre-market. I've seen it open up intraday. It's certainly, to say it's volatile is quite possibly, I should show the daily chart here, should be one of the most, the biggest understatements you could possibly make, right? And even sliding from the daily to a 15 minutes so that you can see that 10x move in just a few sessions. This feels like it profiles vastly different from, and I don't know, I'm just going to say BNGO because that's the first one that came to mind, right? In terms of the risk profile of trading actively in a stock like this, especially say to the short side, where if it does come in, there are some fantastic drops. There are going to be some spectacular breakouts. In terms of managing a position where you have your ins and outs, it can't be so specific. So how exactly does your strategy change on an NCTY? Because I know for me, I'm usually thinking on these types of stocks, okay, instead of like scalping in and out, it's like get in one place, and then usually for short, it's like a hold. It's 1, 2, 3 outs altogether, but deeper moves, and no hard stops, area stops. How do you approach an NCTY?
Yeah, it's a totally different, I wouldn't say strategy, but a totally different risk management. Okay, so the first thing you gotta do is how much it can move against me if I'm wrong, and how much it can move in my side if I'm right. So then you have to think, what is your daily stop loss, what's the risk you are able to take in every trade and every day. So then you have to measure how many shares are you gonna in and out. Okay, so it's totally different as OGEN today or FTFT or, as you say, VNGO. Those stocks you can trade very active and very big because the bid and the offer is very big, it's very thick, so you can go in and out, and the tape reading, it helps you a lot. On stocks like NCTY, it doesn't help you a lot, the tape reading, because the spread, because the volatility. So it's more about independent trades. We take like different trades on NCTY. We study every trade on NCTY. On Vingor or those cheap small float stocks, we go a lot of cents in and out all the time, all the day with hundreds of executions. On ACTY is different. We're gonna wait until it moves at least $1 or $2, and then we decide if it's gonna stop or it's gonna follow. So it's waiting longer movements, and of course measuring a lot how many shares are you jumping in the trade. You don't go very big on those kind of stocks because of the slippage you can have. The risk is huge.
Yeah, I mean, execution becomes a factor on that. Whereas, like we always say, I mean, you trade this, and I'm looking at SOS, OGEN. There's almost, unless you're some kind of ridiculous size trading, you're probably not concerned about execution issues. I mean, you're going to be able to get the fills where you want them. That's why we try to every now and then show the level 2. So people can get a feel for it. And speaking of the tape reading on an NCTY, I mean, I find this is the kind of stock, and certainly some people will use multiple time in sales here, and I think we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
It can be useful on these at times to throw out some of those, to have a separate time in sales that shows you some of the bigger block prints when it starts moving, so you get a better sense of where volume is coming off when it's so thin. It's just one of those things that I think is a bit of a tip that a lot of traders will end up using. I don't know if that's something that you guys are involved in on the thin name like an NCTY.
Yeah, on a thin names like ACTY, what we try to find is where we can find big bids and big offers that they want to get filled. They're gonna have liquidity pools on those levels. So maybe if it gets to 22, 22.10, we are starting to see big offers there to get filled, to go short. So we are trying to find these big bids and offers, and of course refreshers, hidden orders that at some points are gonna hold the levels, and then we're gonna try to understand what's going on there. Are they taking position? Are they moving out trades from previous periods? Okay, so that's what 2 factors we're looking at: big bids or offers in important levels, or hidden order refreshers, we used to call it.
Exactly, yeah. Refreshers, iceberg orders, we like to talk about those all the time, and certainly actually almost just saw what might be one here at 21.30, but we'll see if that actually holds up here. It could be absolutely nothing. But Luis, taking enough of your time. Thank you so much again for coming through. Every one of those names that you mentioned, I know a lot of people are going to be trading those. NCTY and Mara for sure are going to be hot stocks to trade in either direction, whatever your preference is. But thank you so much once again. Throw you back to Brennan, and best of luck today.
Thanks to you, Neil. Good luck.
Great stuff. Same to you, Lewis. We'll let you go at that. Great stuff as always. We'll speak to you again next week.
Thank you. See you, Brendan.
All right, guys, let's jump into what is moving around in the pre-market this morning. Lots to get through this morning. Lots from the Clean Energy Group. We have lots from EV Group as well to talk about. So if you haven't done so already, get out your watch list. We send it out every single morning before we come on at 8:30. Has all the names moving in the pre-market and a little bit on why. We're going to start this morning with Bed Bath & Beyond. Surprise downside move this morning for BBBY. We talked about the short float percent late in the day yesterday, if you were with us. Yeah, they missed right across the board. Not a good look for Bed Bath & Beyond, and also did not provide a forward-looking guidance, guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not surprised by the guidance thing, and we're going to sell today. The first thing I'll say is remember, this is going to be short sell restricted today. And someone asked a question about this the last time we mentioned short sell restricted over and over again in the show. It doesn't mean you cannot short the stock. It simply means it's down 10% in the session, or was the previous session before, and you cannot hit the bid, which means remove liquidity from the buyers on this side, aggressively selling the stock without an uptick. That means the last print has to be up. So it makes something like an 18 break today, or lower the day break. Usually you can get shares because it's very liquid. It's on 2 million shares pre-market, but there's no guarantees in those fills. So one of the things that I know we'll usually do is you cross a few extra cents down, use a key that routes, has access to some dark pool liquidity and various other gateways so that you can catch a good fill when the level breaks. But I feel like it's going to be a short sell trade today on BBBY. And I'm going to say short sell restricted probably like half a dozen times here today, Sean.
Yeah, Yeah, we can just go with SSR. I mean, that's an easy one as well.
True.
Yeah, Neo's still up here on the bid side of. So is QDN there in AMC on the imbalance locator for New York. Okay, so Bed Bath & Beyond yesterday. I mean, I don't know if it would work or not, but we did call a put-call spread on this yesterday for you guys. We noticed that there was 57% short. And then, you know, we did talk also about the fact that Bed Bath & Beyond was going to have some problems probably getting through this 22 area. If it did, then the shorts would have got squeezed and we would have got up here 26, 27. But I think you're pretty much rewarded right now with a 13% move on the put side. And yeah, I mean, Neil just covered some of that. You're going to be very, very tough to get short. I think you need to build into the short. I do remember last time right here when we were long, this is when we called the options for the calls there last time, 15. This was the last earnings report where it blew up and just topped out basically 26, 27. We are now below this 50-period moving average on the daily chart. So yeah, I'm looking to hit this short right through 18 basically. But I do understand that this could make its way back up. I mean, the quarter was bad, but down 13% in a reopening economy doesn't seem to make too much sense to me, but we're just going to wait to see. I want to fade this stuff into 1860 there, the high. Let's go back to a 3-minute chart. These are the levels right here that I saw some consolidation. So basically, right around 19. If we can get a pop to 19, we'll fade that pop and then see what happens around 1760. I mean, if we can get back down there. So it's definitely a short, 2 million shares. The only problem is I don't think we want to go short right off the open, to be honest with you. I think there's going to be opportunities, Brendan, where we squeeze a bit higher and come into this 19. So I'm going to wait for that to happen. If it does smash 18, I mean, I'll be part of it. I just don't know. This doesn't give me the feels like my CCL short did the other day or some of these other calls. So for right now, I am cautiously looking for a short on Bed Bath & Beyond. And if it comes, we will be short 18 through 17, and we'll see what happens. But I just wonder if 13 is a little overdone.
Yeah, it was 56%, I believe. I'll double check again, but I think it was 50 or 57, yeah, on the short percent for Bed Bath & Beyond. So watch to the upside, definitely. Upgrades and downgrades. Few interesting ones today, guys. Tesla back on here. On the upside, all-time highs again this morning. We'll talk about Tesla. Wells Fargo, yeah, some of the banks showing strength in the pre-market on that side of the board. 3M's over here, Domino's Pizza, and FedEx all in negative territory so far.
Look, we're getting, yeah, exactly. I mean, Tesla, whatever. I mean, we could just keep talking about that. We'll look at that as well. If you're wondering what we're doing here, and we are getting like record numbers of subscribers every single day, so thank you so much for that. I mean, the show has just been such a great success, and we're so happy that you guys are joining with us. And thank you to all of you. I mean, it wouldn't be like this if we didn't have the viewers, and especially the feedback and what we're doing here on the chat is incredible. You guys are such a great community, and I just want to bring everybody's attention. What we're doing now, Morning Movers. Valeria, please drop that. Hey, nice Starbucks. So we'll talk about what's in there. I got one of the pistachio lattes yesterday. It was nice, but I felt like I got robbed because of the prices, but that's fine. It was double star days, so I'm fine with that. Okay, enough talking about Starbucks. We drink our own espresso coffee here, and it's great. Okay, Bed Bath & Beyond. What I was getting at was, you know, what's made a lot of big difference to me is trading the right names in the right spaces, right? So you can get that. Valeria, please drop that link, watchlist.tradertv.live, and it's absolutely free. Some other people try to sell you on watch lists, and I mean, honestly, ours is better. Not only is it better because we have all of the names, but look at this. Like, here we go. Brendan, Valeria, everyone doing work on putting these together with statistics, percentages, what the move is, why the news is here. And look, there may be better watch lists out there. That's fine. But honestly, like, if you're just sitting on the train, you're coming in, you're sitting down with a cup of coffee right now, you're watching our show, just call this up, man. Like, go over this with us. We're going to be talking about cannabis stocks. We have some clean energy. We have Plug Power. Talk about Plug Power. There's 1,000 viewers or likes already. Thank you so much for that. Plug Power, we already talked about that. Could have been bought the other day. We talked about some key levels on Plug Power. Why not buy it? Roku yesterday. QS, I want to talk about that. I put the bid in there in the 50s. You guys know about that. Blockchain stocks. We just had Lewis on. Raya, Marit, BTB, GBTC, WBA. Hey, what's WBA? Walgreens, they reported. And then there's a couple smaller names. Like, you may not know these names. I don't, but here we go. 78%. 37%, 79% on OGen, right? So there's a lot of stuff here. And then our video on chart patterns that we just released the other day. So that's my little rant, Neil, on our watch list. And look, I just think it's super important that everybody signs up. If you don't like it, hey, unsubscribe. But I'm telling you, give this a chance because it's really added to my capabilities of trading because now I'm more focused. And again, this could sound like we're selling something, but you can't really sell something that's free, can you? I just want you guys to sign up.
Exactly. And the other thing, just the last thing I want to add to that before we go back to Brendan here is, look, I mean, even just going through that list in the morning and sort of reading up on the news, like I might have already been thinking about that stock, but it's just the reinforcement of making sure that you know what is actually going on in a name that you're going to be looking at on the day. Because for some of these, you're going to see them pop up on scanners and screeners, and you never want to trade blind. Even if you're looking at technicals, just always know what's going on and have a good sense of it. And that's why you'll see us lean on Brendan all the time, and he always makes sure that we have the straight goods from our various news sources there. So yeah, definitely it's worth it, guys.
All right, guys, we'll bring Arun in here and have a look at the overall market, see what levels we need to be aware of when it comes to the futures this morning. We're off the pre-market highs here a little bit, Arun, but still obviously up slightly on the S&P. What are you looking at?
After quite the move yesterday, we started off at the open. It's funny is that when I came on yesterday, I was actually short, and the short was good for a bit, and then after it broke 37.05, I got out, and that thing just fully ripped out. Remember when we took the 37.25 on the upside, if it settled in, we took the long, jump on that long. So now, as that move continues up, it fell off at 36.75. That is a level that I had given on Monday because there was something there. So that is still in play. 36.75 is still the top end. And from the breakout of that 25, what I have is 37.10. And anything between, I have nothing in between. So 37.75 on the top end, 37.10 on the bottom. If we can get above maybe 65 and start to show some sort of setup to the sell side, maybe there's a short there. I'm not seeing anything yet. If anything, there's some buy side pressure is what I'm seeing for now at least. And given what we had in the afternoon yesterday, the fact that we found a ton of support below 37.45 tells me there's a ton of buying down there. So if we can get into the 50s to 45s and start to catch a bid, then I think we can find a long, given the risk-reward ratios, if it sets up properly for you, between 37.50 and 37.45, I think you're going to get along there with 37.10 as a stop. So there's only two levels. It's wide, so that is why you got to be a little bit careful and make sure your risk-reward ratios are proper. 37.75 on the top end, 37.10 on the bottom. You have a couple shots to jump in front of the levels. Of course, if the 37.75 breaks, then you have an extension play, which whenever it breaks, there will be a new level declared. It could be 65, it could be 60. It all depends on how it breaks and when it breaks. But for now, if it breaks, you do have an extension play off the break to the upside.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. As always, we'll check back in tomorrow morning as we head towards the open. About 9:03, so 27 and change minutes to go here before we get the markets open. Don't forget, guys, coming up this Monday, Arun is going to participate with us in our next For Members Q&A. So if you haven't done so, join us. If it's the first time, if it's the fourth time, come join us on Monday. Arun is going to stop by if you have questions about the futures or trading futures. Arun will be happy to answer those. Let's continue along here, guys. Tesla on the list once again. All-time high territory again this morning in the pre-market. It was Fitch and Fitch Ratings and RBC Capital Markets jumping on the bandwagon, upgrading Tesla stock and increasing their price targets, adding to the long list of other analysts that have done so recently.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla, look, the upgrades are going to keep coming. I just want to give one quick thing before we talk about Tesla here. Mr. Bakadesu, that'll cover the pistachio latte. Yes, it will. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it was $6 or something yesterday, but it was damn well tasty. So thank you for that. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the pistachio, so I had to get it. I mean, it was just guerrilla marketing. Like they sent me a thing there and whatever. So what's up to all the Starbucks lovers out there? And I try to treat myself maybe like, yeah, what's up, Valeria? I see her waving on the side of my eye here. But I try to get it try to treat myself like once a month or something to that. I can't afford to drink too many lattes here, so I keep it simple with milk, one milk in a simple coffee. Okay, who cares about what my coffee preference is? Okay, 770 here, down to the low side. We talked about that yesterday. The level we talked about yesterday, though, was down here where we had this consolidation. This is a 3-minute chart. Like, this is pretty beautiful. 755. We didn't talk about it yesterday because it was in the afternoon. But this level yesterday held. It held in the morning. Let's call it, whatever, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's just call it 750. And again, if you see some of these prints down here, Neil and I apologize for them. But I mean, we apologize not really because they're dark prints. So some people like to use these dark prints for some of their advantages, and I would clean them up off the charts, but our charting platform charts everything. So if you do see that, that's what that is. But okay, 750 to the downside held yesterday. I don't think we see that today. Obviously, we're at 775, but you can use yesterday's high, I think, as a bottom. So, you know, 773, you could average into that price because you're already at 776. I mean, do we see 800 today? I mean, nothing is out of the realm of possibilities here, Neil. You know, more upgrades, RBC, everything is back, forth, and around. I don't know. I mean, we can have a list. I mean, I was wondering if there's like a list of all the upgrades and downgrades, like where are the price targets on this thing? Because I just know that a lot of, like they said, they got it wrong. There's going to be a lot of analysts here that already have price targets that have been blown way out of the water. I mean, I don't think anybody, I sold some of my Tesla at 669 the same day as the rebalance, which was, I think was it the 31st? No, it wasn't the 31st. 19th or something of December. So we now are 2 or 3 weeks away from that, and we're $100 higher. So, I mean, look, nothing's stopping Tesla. If you want to get in the EV space, I would say you just buy Tesla and close your eyes, because don't worry about the valuation. Don't worry about what's happened. Up 900% last year into this year now. And I would just say close your high 800s, close your eyes and buy it. And don't worry, because this Tesla.
Yeah, and I don't think stocks have memories, but traders do. And that's why I sort of thrown out like 787. I'm going to throw a daily chart just so you can see like way back, going into the beginning of the year here. You can see this little ramp, this parabolic move in February, and then the continuation. Yeah, that would be a 787 close. Then you go all the way to, on the way back down, there was a last-ditch effort right at 787 again. And this is going to be in March. On the bounce from the March lows, the first like real big pullback, in 1 or 2 sessions of $100 was literally a 787 high. And it was, I kind of, for myself, I'll never forget things like that when I see them. It just was such a random price, and it stuck out there. And, you saw 666 pop up and be a usable level from a day trading standpoint. So the first thing I'm going to look for, and unfortunately, it's be so much better if we were breaking out through like a 760 or a 755 into something like this on a day. But we're quite close. I mean, it's $7 from the current high. It's only $15 from where we are right now. Actually, check that, less than that. So it's not going to take much of a move to get to that level. All that said, if I see, like size in level 2 and there's a good risk to reward, this is the type of trade that you're only ever getting, and you really should only ever take if you're going to have a fantastic price and you know your risk to reward. It's going to be a tight stop if you get it. And then if there's no size in level 2, if it's just blowing right up to that level, showing no signs of stopping, you just sort of stand back and wait for 800 there. But other than that, I mean, if you're looking for the long trade, like maybe there is a chance to defend 750 today. I mean, you've seen these dips time and time again into the open. 750, that of course happened yesterday. You saw a bit of a dip going into the open session before that. It's just Tesla's done this before. So in terms of a breakout trade off the open, I don't necessarily love those. But looking to buy a bit of a dip certainly works. And 787, I have had that written down for days now on my Tesla list here. So when it gets there, I got to have a look.
All right, guys, we'll shift over to both. I want to talk about both the cannabis group and the clean energy group, because the news is somewhat the same. We learned late yesterday that the Biden administration will have control of both the House and the Senate, paving the way for more possible favorable policies coming through for both of these groups. We saw big moves in cannabis stocks yesterday in anticipation of this. A little more muted today, though, guys. Which one do we look at?
We look at them all, I think. And I was looking at, we'll hit the weed Batman because, yeah, we've been trading cannabis for the last couple of days. You guys know that. And I think we're 2 for 2 on CGC. We haven't made huge money on it because, again, it does get pretty choppy, throughout the day. If you miss some of these first moves, like we were lucky enough to get this one yesterday. And we actually, if you remember, we got out at 31.81 yesterday. So we actually got out at the top, and then we got out once it broke back down through VWAP. So we did take it. Wow, look at the NASDAQ, guys, bumping up here, by the way. Okay, so cannabis names. I mean, $32, why not? We could take that out. I'm actually looking at this 31.60, maybe even 31.80 here on CGC, so let's watch that. And again, if you are nervous about it, you do have all the way back down to 30. And I don't know if this is a trade the news type of thing here with cannabis or not, because we're already extended. Here's Cron, another one. I wrote down Cron today, 9:30. My list is quite packed today on the sticky notes, so we'll show that. There we go. We'll show that in a minute. But there it is, right there. There's a whole bunch on there. But we have right in the middle was Cron. Where is it? There it is. Cron 9:30. The second one from the left there on the top. I like this 9:30 break. And again, whether or not you look at a daily chart or look at anything, it's consolidating right now. It did have that bump up yesterday from 750 and kept climbing. Had some problems at 9, faded off in the afternoon on all the chaos. We've talked about that. And then we based out at 860. So to me, this stock is not going any lower than 860 here. I do like Kronos today. 860 bottom, 930 break. Just a quick look on the daily chart. Yeah, this is another reason why we're up here $9. We topped out there back in January. What a roller coaster it's been for cannabis names, but this is a nice little election bump, I guess, very similar to what we did see back in September, October, November. So let's just wait to see 930. I'm going to take that, taking out the top today, and yeah, we can give it at least back to 9. So give it 30 cents and see if we can't make that.
Yeah, and the other side of the coin you mentioned there, Brendan, of course, is the energy names, and there was that NEO report with the lithium report for CBAC and CBAC, and I'm going to say CBAC, I mean CBAT in particular. It's actually getting some interesting levels. Now, just going to go to the daily chart. You see this 950 on the way back up. It was a bit of resistance. We just topped out shy of that today. So it's going to be worth a bit of a look for me. I'm already seeing it consolidate near the top. So I'm looking at this 865 price. We break below that, a retracement could be on. The other look here, just going to the 15-minute, is you just look at what happened in yesterday's action. And this was when we got the ramp. Ignore this sort of, there was a bigger move, of course, that happened a little bit later in the session. That's like 10:30. There was a bit of a break. There was a small one, still not bad at 9:30. But then there was this crazy sort of retracement. What it did is it broke out a couple of times. So there's a couple of failed breaks. This is a 15-minute chart. So it spent some time trying to break above that $7 mark, and then eventually gave another failed signal break through that high. So when looking at this top at 950, I'm sort of anticipating that there could have a chance that we're holding above you up right now. We bounce off this $9. We could actually bounce above 950 and then fail in the first few minutes after the open and then come back in. So when looking to see if I can short CBAT, it's not so much I'm just going to work into a short like sometimes I would and then hold through the high of the day. No, I'd rather see it break the top and then come back in, much like the move around lunchtime yesterday.
As we mentioned, guys, the news here as far as clean energy is concerned is the possibility of more favorable policies coming through and money as well. Biden was campaigning on $2 trillion promise as far as clean energy is concerned. There's lots of them to look at. We talked about OPTT, Ocean Power, Westwater Resources, F-Cell, Fuel Cell is another one, guys. Sean, you want to talk about F-Cell a little bit?
Yeah, so the thing about F-Cell is we did talk about this the other day here, and it was a nice little base here. We did talk about getting long. I mean, I didn't do it, which is driving me nuts because this little 1050 area right here, it actually comes right back down, touches 1050 the last couple days, and then doing all the way up. And now today you're up to 16%. It looks like it wants to take out 1450 one more time. So yeah, yesterday's high, as I look, was 1350. So we can go over that yesterday. Here's a 3-minute chart. So yesterday's high right here, 1350. You could pull back into that. But again, with the momentum heading to the high side, you're already done 3 million shares today. The level 2 looks like what it is right now. There's someone defending 1420, so we could see if that breaks. There's also somebody here at 1430. That's a level. And then as I scroll through 1450, there's really not much here. That's 2,000 already. No, 1,500. Good job, guys. Thank you for all of that, and welcome to the show for everybody. But this 1440 here, we could take that out, and I think that we should go long. It's only 9:13 right now, so we still do have 17 minutes. But watch out, 14 here. I'm going to put some bids downside around this 14 level. If we can get long like 1410, 14 and change here, teens maybe, if you like it, then I think you can use this 1350 as your out. just in case that does happen. We've seen some wild moves in the open, right? So I don't want to forget about some of these names, and we can't always play breakouts, guys. So 1440 is a great breakout. It may happen right now. I'll probably take it if it does happen, but I'm well more invested if it comes down to 14, Brendan, on a pullback. So I like FSL. It's doing the volume today. I added volume to the bottom here for you guys, and you can see it's starting to ramp up just a little bit. There was a big D print here, bringing this all the way to 1480 to the high side. So that's something to look at as well. But I got some bids down 14 low, and then we'll look at a 1440 break. So that's my plan for FSL.
All right, guys, we'll go on to Plug Power, another one that could be included in that same group, the clean energy group. But individual news when it comes to Plug Power today, SK Group taking a $1.5 billion investment into Plug Power, which they're considering about 10% of the company, so a 10% stake. This is all-time highs, guys. 23% today for Plug Power up here, almost 24 now. In fact, we're about to test these highs again.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those. The breakout at like 38 would have been sweet, to say the least. So obviously, I think it's robbed by this news, right? So you get this news that as is gapping through this price, I sort of feel like we'd be taking a breakout trade at 38 on Plug were it not for this stake that got announced. So, good for them. You announce the stake in the company and immediately you're in the money. An extra 24% here. Obviously, it did a bit of a pullback, and I was watching rather closely. I mean, I had a level 2 in the chart up when we got down to this 42 area, just to be able to say that there was what I saw at least is a bit of an iceberg order, or kind of an order there at 42. It did break very briefly, and then sort of came right back, and then you've had this pop back up towards those highs. So I'm immediately looking at like a 42 support. I think if it gets through that price and holds any kind of an offer, Plug might be due for a bit of a sell the news. Until then, it's got to be a bullish look. I know it's $1 away from it here, but certainly if you take a long break at 44, it's entirely possible you're not wrong until 42 breaks. And I think that's why it's a level I'd prefer to play off when it's made this big of a gap. So, I mean, I'm going to be looking at CBAT personally, but that 42, if it comes back in on Plug, that's going to be worth playing. And you can play it using it in either direction. You can use it as support for a quick little long, or you can wait for it to break if you happen to be bearish. But from what I saw when it was down there about 40 minutes or so ago, that seems like there was a bit of a buyer worth paying attention to.
We'll carry on here. Roku next. I was just double checking the all-time high. 363.58 it looks like for Roku. So $9 or $10 or so away from all-time highs once again for Roku. Back in positive territory. Same thing, more upgrades, more price target increases from a bunch of analysts on Roku today.
Yeah, you got that right on, Brendan. Yeah, 363 and change on Roku there for the high. I have 363.44. I think that's what you said. So, yeah, okay. So this is just a 3-minute chart. Yesterday, man, we were patient, and we're going to try to do the exact same thing as we did yesterday. So those of you that watched the show, we had Roku on watch yesterday, and then I waited very, very patiently and felt really proud of this trade because look what happened. We went long, and those of you know on the chat that we did this. We only wound up taking $5, but we went long right here on a 330 break, right? And then it just kept on climbing. We took some out right. I mean, I'll probably do this every time. Maybe I shouldn't, but we took it out on this high, which was the pre-market high. So right here, it's managed to climb. Just ho-hum, another $18 from where I got in. So yeah, so we missed out on that big, huge move to the high side. But then I think this does give us that little bit of a base, man. 348 here could be a good little spot. We're not too far away. So my plan of action here on Roku, again, I'm not going to blow the top here because the thing is, the same thing happened yesterday. Like if I take out pre-market highs right here first thing, it goes just in chaos in the morning. It does go $3 or $4, but then this move happens and it just tanks all the way down. Remember, this is 9 o'clock, right? So when you go over to 9:30 here, if you take out the top, it does go down another like $10 from there before making a move and building a base. So that's what I'm going to try to do on Roku. It's built a base right here, 350 to 351. That's great. I sort of have a feeling that we may drop into this area, 346, 348, something like that. If it does, I want to have this on watch and then break it through the high side. So let's see Roku get down again. So I am going to put a bid downside here, 347-ish, see if we can't get filled. We probably don't, but if we do, that'll give us a good little momentum indicator of what's happening with Roku. So we'll put a little baby order down here, 348 or change, just to see, just to feel it out if we do get that fill. But I like Roku today. I don't absolutely love it. I prefer something like a Microsoft or a BOVESPA, but we'll get over to that soon.
Yeah, Bob was certainly worth a note. And that dip, like that $20 sort of dip, I mean, the same play I'd anticipate like 10. Usually it's not going to be as big as it is the session before. So I think you might actually be something like a 42. That's why dipping a little bit makes some sense there. For those of you that are tracking, the Bed Bath & Beyond, we did cover this, but someone had just asked, if it's not a breakdown at 18, I'm looking at like a 19 area. To fade into that one if it gets up there. It's only about halfway, but Bed Bath & Beyond is making a bit of a push to the upside going into the open here.
All right, guys, let's go to QuantumScape, another name that's been a roller coaster, to say the least, this week. Down 40% Monday. We've since clawed our way back about 20%, maybe a little bit more at this point for QuantumScape. There's been a couple of analysts upgrading the stock after that big move to the downside. A lot of notes this morning. It was interesting to hear this, but a lot of analysts still kind of considering this solid-state battery technology when it comes to electric vehicles as a bit of a holy grail technology that will change the game if they are able to, come up with something that's feasible. But that is the question and remains to be seen with QS.
Yeah,
that's why the gap is so big.
Yeah, I mean, so when this gap down here to $50, like, I was so close to hitting buy on my PA there, but I didn't. But we did buy it here off this 50. You guys remember 52.50, man? We bought this, and that was a fantastic trade to the upside. And I don't know if we'll ever see 52.50 again. But yeah, so we missed QuantumScape in our own accounts, but we haven't missed trading it. It's been a good trade. And this is the thing. Look how volatile this is. Like it did drop all the way down to 63. So I can't cry a river too much because we did. If I was willing to buy 53. I should have been able to dip in a little bit down here in the chaos that was last afternoon. But yeah, there is, anyways, what I'm getting at here is there's a base rate here at 66, 67. So I think we can watch to see what does happen through there. I don't know. The Holy Grail, that would be nice. I do like investing in those type of things. But again, no profitability apparently right from the company's mouth till 2025. So that to me means that you can park your money probably somewhere else. But like you mentioned there, Brendan, if analysts kind of like this name, then I don't hate it. So let's go over to a 1 minute chart here. I just wish we were in this a little bit earlier, not at these higher prices. Because remember, it was just $50 2 days ago. So now you're up to 70. So 40% move in a couple days seems to be probably overdone off that drop. But right here is a good level, $70.50. So I know we're not too far away. That could probably break very, very soon. I will try small 70.50. It won't be huge. The reason why is because my out's going to be down here at 68.50. So I got to give it at least $2 worth of room. So if you take 1,000 shares and you're going to risk $2,000, so you got to prepare those type of things. So whatever your risk profile is, I mean, this is part of the reason why we don't really show our net or our P&Ls, because it's the idea, right? We don't want you guys to think like, oh my God, I'm trying to make like 10 grand on this trade. We're just trying to trade it, and if it moves for us, that's fantastic. So $70.50. I'm going to be going long on QS. What time is it? 9:22. Okay, we can get ready to get aggressive on that. Before we go, though, before I throw it over to Neil here, I just want to give another quick check-in on NEO. We have to get to that. We will get to that stock. We've gone through it, but QS right there, 400,000 as well on the upside for the bid. So I think QS could take that 70.50. Here's NEO looking at $53. I wrote down NEO a break basically right here, breaking through 53, 53.50. We talked about that. There's some consolidation right here, but NEO with a big bid. Watch this dropping spot. That's 53.70 where we dropped off from yesterday. I think that's going to be a good bid as well.
Yeah, I mean, for QS, I just had like the 63 to 65 written down as support, and then the gap, the top of that gap was 77. It was also a breakout in mid-December through that same price if you go back far enough. And then the failure was right here shy of that at 75. So I feel like, the 70 is going to hold. We don't get the dip into 63.50. The trail I'll probably have on is looking at a 77 short. If there's any kind of a rollover there, certainly worth it. If it breaks that, just keep in mind where that gap fill is all the way up to 85. So, risk accordingly. If you're going to have that as a short and don't put a stop in or don't get out of your trade, there is significant downside if it breaks that 77 level, I think.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about some of the blockchain names. We discussed them with Lewis, if you joined us at the beginning of the show. But there's lots of them to kind of pick out here. Notice yesterday that both Riot and Marathon Patent Group, which is MAR, I don't know, was doing the most volume and was also the most liquid when it came to the opportunities in this group. So I think we got to pay more attention to both RIOT guys and MARA.
Yeah. I mean, for me, look, I mean, they're Bitcoin names. There's no doubt about that. I would rather, I mean, honestly, you could just trade Bitcoin if you wanted that as well. GBTC, we've talked about that. That doesn't follow spot Bitcoin. So, and Mara doesn't either, but I think Mara is probably one of the closest ones to it. Obviously, Bitcoin's not up 17% today, but we are touching all new all-time highs. So you got to remember, there is going to be a premium put on some of these blockchain plays just because of the fact that they're equities and people can get into them, right? And so that's just a little easier, I think, right now. More people have wallets that can support equities, accounts, I guess, than wallets that are crypto. So $20.50. We actually talked about this a lot with Lewis.
Yeah.
So you can rewind this to about 8:40 when Lewis came on from Barcelona. We did, Neil and him talked a little bit about Mara and a little bit about Riot. So I would just say, yeah, the volume's here, man. 4 million shares. It's doing it again. Beautiful base down here at 16. We don't have to worry about yesterday's trading. That is what it is. This is what happened when the market got a little chaotic there. And yeah, BTC was moving. So that's a good move. And yeah, as long as Bitcoin keeps on going up, I don't think you're wrong putting your money into Mara. I worry sometimes that, like, I don't know, can these equities have share offerings? If they do, I mean, of course they can, but you know, how would that affect then the price relating to Bitcoin? And I'm nervous about traders getting caught holding this thing. So that's why I do like, mentioning to advertise, or not advertise, but just mention to you guys that if you're going to trade Mara, I don't know if I would hold it overnight. I think this is a great day trade stock that we can scalp back and forth. So I'm going to be looking at this one, especially with the volume today. There's a nice level right here at $20.10.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point there, Sean, because obviously if you have the ability to express your trades directly in the instrument at hand, then it sort of makes sense to do that. Now, I'm going to be looking at Martha here for a bit of a play, and we talked about that with Lewis. We had to pay for shorts on this particular name, so but it was only like 1 cent a share. So it's definitely going to be worth it, and that 2050 level stands out, at 20 as well. When we talk about 10, 15, and 20 have been significant in terms of resistance and some consolidation. So I'll be playing off that level. Make sure you're watching the spot price just in case anything crazy does happen overall. Like a push to 40,000 would probably throw all of that out the window there, Brennan.
A bunch of little ones, guys, to get to this morning. This one actually not on the list, but was yesterday. If you remember this ISO Ray ISR, another 9%. I just noticed that this one took out that little pivot through 150 on a decent volume chunk that went off there. So watch 180 up here from yesterday, and then 190 on ISR. This little pivot from the afternoon was around 165, 170 as well. So 165, 180, 190 on ISR, just starting right now to pick up on volume, guys.
Poo-poo ISR, yeah. I had no success with that stock yesterday. So sometimes I'll say mixed success, but with ISR, it was essentially none. Ogen is the last name on the list here. If you guys are following on our watch list with just a few minutes to go, looking rather strong, gapping like 75%. You guys can read the news here. It's essentially a bit of a COVID play. Just going back into the daily chart, if I can. If you go far enough back, I looked at a 130, and then it's sort of an obvious 185 level, and I don't know that we're getting there. If you're looking to play this one to the long side now, I mean, it did show all kinds of support, and this was doing volume pre-market at $1. So playing off of that dollar certainly makes sense to me. I'll probably be looking to see if it goes below $1. I'm going to be shorting this through that price. If it does hold one, that's not a bad place to get a 10% scalp into the high of day. So off the open, I won't be touching it, but if we do get a chance to break $1 post 930, I'll be looking at that trade as well. If it breaks the top, 130 works as well.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Bed Bath & Beyond. Here comes.
Yeah, I don't like to say uh-oh too often, but we are long Cron there at $9.11. So that's a good one. We put a bid down here defending. Remember what we talked about defending this like $8.95 or so. So we'll see if that comes out. And then we do just smash BBBY twice. So we are now short. I don't like this right now. We are short BBBY pretty big right now, $17.99. We're gonna get out if we can.
I got like 94s, but I just saw someone spoofing that offer there for a second on Bed Bath & Beyond. I wasn't quick enough to show it though.
Yeah, we're taking right now. There it is. Bang! Nice little win right there. We just take out 10 cents on that. We're going to see if we can hold the rest. I talked about this with Trader Prod earlier. We are short right now, $17.99, the double short. So we hit it first at $18.10, then we hit it again at 17 on the 18 break, and we actually get $17.94.95 there. So a good little trade as we keep going downside. Let's go BBBY. We can maybe make our day here even before the market opens, but we're short right now 97s on BBBY.
Yeah, and it's just coming right back. I mean, I was trying to show you guys, you can't see it right now on level 2. There was somebody throwing some offers in there and then immediately pulling them. So it looks like there's some games being played, and you just see it a couple of times at price. But it's not really moving too much, so scalping some does make some sense. I was just about to talk about SOS before the open here. Again, yada, crypto. About to break 3 even. I'm going to be taking this short through 3 even on SOS when it does break through, or if it does break through this level with seconds to go, guys.
Okay, we are also long right now NEO as well. So we did take NEO through the top. So we have 3 positions before the market even opens here. And then I don't even have my QS order in for 70.50. Yes, I do. A 70.50 break on QS we'll take as well. Palantir we didn't talk about yet. Alibaba, watch out, guys. Here we go. Let's get going.
Yeah, just 6-5 for Miss V on the bell. Let's get this Thursday started. Bed Bath & Beyond already working. Here's SOS about to break 3 even. And didn't even talk about CBAT there because it pulled off as well.
There goes Bed Bath & Beyond. Big winner, man. Like, ring the register. Bang! Nice little win right there. Yeah, Superman, this action going on. Right now, Bed Bath & Beyond to the downside. Great trade here. We're getting some out now, 75s. Good out, man. Nice trade right there. Pretty happy with that one. NEO is coming down to the downside, though, so that was small. You guys know we don't average in. We average in, but we don't take big positions right away on NEO. Let's watch this thing fall down. We do have some bids downside right now on NEO. Actually, 57, 76 we were bidding and went to 78. Unreal. So let's just keep on watching that. We are also now into Cron 911. We talked about that. And then FCell, we just took out 1404 there. Things falling down right now. So here goes FCell. Looks like we'll get out of that one soon. But we're 1 short and 2 longs right now, guys.
Yeah, CBAT also broke below this sort of 865 support. So just got into something here at 847. Had to chase it just a little bit here. Bed Bath & Beyond comes like to 850. I'm 1850. I'm going to see if I can't get a reload on those shares. We also talked. We also talked a little bit about AMC yesterday, guys. There it is, finally loading up. AMC not moving yet, but a top break on that would make some sense to me. 205 had some support on it. We didn't talk about that in the pre-market show, but that's on the radar.
Yeah, we just reloaded that BBBY trade. What a great reload that was, guys. Right there at VWAP, 25 out of 3s. Okay, NEO up to 31, man. We missed that. Bang! What a big trade on NEO, but it could have been bigger. We did have that 76 bid. You will believe me or not, man, this thing went down to 77. We have a bid at 76. When Valeria comes back, she'll show you. But here we go. Back to the upside right now goes NEO. Big win for NEO, man. Big win. And then BBBY, we're looking to see if that one can fade to the downside now. Give this one some time, guys. I believe in this, and so should you. 911, we're long right now on Cron. We'll wait to see. I thought that could take out the top. Remember, man, marijuana plays. We'll wait to see, but it's a little bit of a slippery slope right now with some of these calls, guys.
Yeah, watch out for this SOS. 3 even was about to break. This is a level I need to have if I was going to go short. It just rallied right towards the high of the day. This rollover shy of 350, that's going to be the first play for me on SOS instead of the 3 even break. But Brendan, what's up, bud?
All right, guys, one we didn't mention as part of the clean energy group, this one, guys, Sun Run on the NASDAQ. Early strength, to say the least, 89 up to 92 right off the bat on big volume for Run, guys.
Okay, yeah, we're still watching all of our trades here. And as we go, man, fuel cell looks like we'll have to get out of this one. I got to make sure I have an order to get out to the downside here, and I do. So we're going to wait to see what happens here with fuel cell. We did average in a little bit. We'll see what happens at 1350, but fuel cell, big win. Well, not a big win, but we're trying to get this one through the levels again. BBBY still struggling to get through as well. Back to the upside. Watch out for 1850 short on BBBY.
Yeah, and if you're tracking Mara right to that 2050 mark, obviously Bed Bath & Beyond came in right at the open and was watching SOS and also some CBAT, which I'm into. That's starting to work to the downside. So I will have missed Mara. Can't take too many things at 9:30. That's just the reality. I'm going to still play off that 2050 level if I can. If we get any kind of a pop into it, I'm going to short in front. A break of 20 is trying to happen here, but there's just not a heck of a lot of offer below it until I actually just saw this order. These orders starting to come in through now. If I take a short here, again, it has to stop doing this, where buyer just keeps on stepping up to 20 even. It has to hold some kind of an offer down. Otherwise, I'm going to fade in front of 2050, which I should have done off the open.
Okay, FCell. Boom! Boom! We're unplugged, baby. Let's go. FSL, what a big win here, guys. 13. Look at this. What a bid there, man. We were defending that level, and now we go right to the upside. Our day is monstrous again. Let's go, Brendan. What's up?
Nicola, guys, another one to have a look at here. Early mover, 5.5% through 17 on volume. They announced a contract for water services when it comes to their new plant. Guys.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, so we just had issues in our ears there. CBAT does continue the downside. I did scalp some out in front of 825. That was an 865 break that I didn't catch until it broke 850. There's a level here at $8. That's why you got to take some profit in front of it as well. SOS just broke up. Upside again through that 340. So I did have the short in front of it. Now when it's rallying towards the high of the day, I have reversed into a long to see if it can break through that high. It's 355, not 350. There's a high day there, but there is some consolidation in CBAT. I will short it again if it comes back up to VWAP here, guys.
Man, I keystroked FSL and got out of all of them right there. We didn't want to get out of all of them, but whatever. The money is the money, and it just keeps coming in for me. So let's just keep on going, guys. Cron loss breaks, one in, one out. We talked about that one. We don't like Cron there. Breaking lower, so we did try it there on the marijuana stocks, and this is a very, very small hit. Damn you, FSL, that was my fingers hitting too many keys there. Didn't mean to get out of them all, but we did. FSL, what a great bid. That was my #1 stock today. And Neo, guys, right now going upside here, we just got out near 50s there for a nice little 30-cent win. What up, Beef?
I did notice in the pre-market, guys, this one got another couple of upgrades. Micron, 2.5%, all-time highs once again today for MU.
All right.
Yeah, just going to go back and just got into some shares, back into some BBY of Bed Bath & Beyond on a bit of a push to the upside. It's going to test this 1850, I think, right here, right now. That's going to be the key rollover price. I like 19. I probably like the 19 fade better than I like the breakdown trade, but beggars can't be choosers. The first one to come in was that. Level 2 right now is going to show you, if I can, 1830 has about 150,000 shares on that offer. If it breaks that price, I'm likely to just get out and see if I can't re-enter, because that's a significant. If it's not real, I mean, that sort of goes without saying that I'd probably ignore it. But it looks like a legitimate offer. The couple times I saw it test to that price, it did look like it held.
Man, I'm so upset with this FSL, because there's I meant to get out. I put an extra 0 on my shares there and got out of them all. Like, this could have been just a huge trade. So whatever. We'll talk about that after. Okay, Square. I'm still upset about that FSL, but that's going to happen when you trade. So we can move on and not cry over spilled milk, but I will be crying about that one. 233 there, great little high on Square. Wow, thank you, Ms. V. That's going to come in handy, I'm sure, if I don't dump it all over my head soon. 238.50, nice move on Square. Just want to bring that to your attention because Bitcoin moving, of course, so Square is going to be that name as well. Bed Bath & Beyond, we've been holding this one short. I guess my things didn't save my colors, but we are bidding now 18. I'd love to see this 18 break, Neil, and then we can get short again, or get out of some of this. I don't want to get out right now. It's a win. A win is a win. We got a dime right now in our pocket, but I'd like to get a little bit more. 40 cents in the money right now, and we did it again on NIO, guys. A big one. I think we need to fix the volume on that screamer there, because it's just blasting our ears. I have no idea what you said. I'm going to assume it's Brendan. What's up?
I agree. Afria, guys, a couple from the cannabis group moving early. Afria showing strength here, a little bit stronger than the rest, up to just about $9 once again. That's 52-week highs, by the way, for Afria. And Grow Generations, once again, another day, all-time highs, guys.
Yeah, Grow Generations, man. Hit the woohoos for that one, guys. You know that we're long that one $16, so hell yeah. Neo, yeah, let it go. Still going to the upside right now. Big little trade here. Big little trade. It could have been a monster. We had bad luck today, man. FSL should be huge. We're still up. We still hit our goal already one time. But Neo right now, a big little move to the upside there. It could have been bigger with that bid. We miss it. FSL, we had that. Okay, thank God it's coming back down, because I won't be able to live with myself if this thing kept taking off. Beautiful out right there, though. Could have been more on that one. But Bed Bath & Beyond is still the one that we're going. Is that $2,000? Oh, that's Neil jumping. Okay, go.
No, I just got into that Mara trade. Of course, you can talk about that 2050 level. You could have had it the first time. It just made a ramp up to that same price. I was able to get some in the 30 range. Now retesting 20 even. If it does make a bit of a move down through 20, I want to hold some for that 1950 to see if it can go further. I took one shot at Tesla at 787 because I said I would, and you got to be a man of your word here. It's a level I wanted to see psychologically if we could hold. It just burst through, went to 788 and turned on a dime. So maybe I should have given it a little bit more room off that level. Bed Bath & Beyond, It broke that 1830.
Yeah, there it goes, yeah.
I was going to use 1850 as a level. When I saw that size, guys, I just used that price as the out instead. Reversed into a bit of a long and then got out in front at that 1850. If it tests 19, I'd probably re-enter the short at that point. It looks like it is heading to fill in some of that gap. Let's see how far it can go. I like 19 for another short. Brendan?
Yeah.
A couple from the EV group, not necessarily the group, but this one is Solo, 8.5% straight higher so far from the open. Just took out day highs there on volume. I want to show you this one as well. Remember, there was news on this one going back a month or so ago, JMIA, regarding EV work that they're doing as well. Through 36 there, 9% for Jumaya.
Okay, we've averaged it now to BBBY. We're going to use, 65 or so as our out. So we'll wait to see there. So we averaged in now. Now we're short at 40 on that one. The money just keeps coming in, man. Look at NEO as this name just keeps on ripping to the high side as well. So NEO, no worries there. If you do have this one, what a monster trade. This is, again, another 75-cent win here for me on NEO. So we still have shares, so we're pretty happy with that. We will take some off soon, though. This is a big move up to 54 and change. We could zoom out. This is that level we talked about yesterday that it just bounced off of, so 54. So we should have took more out instead of talking about it right there. Good level there. Missed that one, 54 even. We'll take some out, though. We're not far away.
So a couple of things. OGen is below that dollar mark, so I am into it. But there was an iceberg order at 1850 on Bed Bath & Beyond. You might have heard it under my breath. When it broke, I just got to the short again at 1840 there when that 50 broke. CBAT, and we'll do, that's what the backflip was. I mean, they're one of the other names. It just got to 8, so I took some shares out literally on the south side of it because I was a little bit slow. So got some 97s out. It was an 847 price. It was an 865 break. I got it a little bit late to that party. If it comes down any further, 744 would be the next target area, probably more like 750 for an out. That would be close to a dollar winner if we can get it. As I mentioned in Bed Bath & Beyond here, I should zoom in so you can get a better look at this. It broke that 1850, and then an iceberg showed up on the bid that was almost immediately broken. It held it for a little bit and then got smoked. So that's why you see a double entry here into the short, back into Bed Bath & Beyond. Brendan?
Early mover here as well, guys. Snapchat. Nice day for Snapchat, 4.3%. Not even a red candle. I use 3-minute charts, so 3-minute charts, no red candles to be found right through to 52. These highs up here, 54.75 for Snap, guys.
Okay, we're still watching this Bed Bath & Beyond. We just did take a little bit more out there. 36, our average price, you guys know, 40. So I thought it would crack there again, and it didn't. So 9 million shares here. We're still going to wait to see it taking out to 65, and then I don't know if we'll reverse long, but we will get out and then just see what happens there on that. I got to manage my position on that because I don't know what the share size is going to be, and that's part of the problem when you're trading like a maniac here, and you keep going. You want to talk about a maniac? So here goes Bed Bath & Beyond. 1865, we're out, so you guys should know that. Tesla. About that. Look at Tesla, guys. Right to 790 there and turns around a bit. But, I mean, not even turn around. We're breaking 790. Watch out here, man. It's pulling back a little bit on this NASDAQ move down. But I'm expecting Tesla to watch that 790 one more time. There goes Bed Bath & Beyond. So we are going to get ready to break that 65. What's up, Beep?
Constellation Brands, another one, guys, that reported earnings. We mentioned it at the end of the show yesterday. Thinly traded, tread lightly, be careful with this one, big $230 stock. But positive earnings also ties to cannabis, guys.
I might have got out too early on Mara here, but I'm going to go yeehaw action if I can. Did I even go up there? There it is. A little bit slower than normal. But there's the bottom of the range, that 1950 here. We talked about this. It bounced off 1950, 57 on the way back up. I got out at 70, so it ends up being like a 60-cent trade. I got the first half out in front of that 20 mark, guys. But we talked about that level, playing in and out of it, and using it to our advantage. Sean already mentioned FSL, but I want to go to this OGen. For a second here. It did go below $1. I missed the first crack, but it's starting to consolidate. I was able to get some shares in here at 96. I'd like to get a price closer to $1 if I'm going to be overall shorting this in a bit of a retracement trend. It's still at 58%. 62 is where it closed previously. That's where, if it gets to that price, it would definitely be all flat. I'd be looking at like a 75 as a better target.
Okay, we're doing the same kind of stuff here as we go. FSL, help me make bank. Yeah, you're welcome there, whoever that was with the Snapchat. Thank you, or the Super Chat. Thank you so much. Oh, Arun, not our Arun, but FSL, thank you there. What's up to Arun? What's up to our Arun as well? So thank you so much for all of that love. Palantir moving right now as well. So let's check out SOS, though. This stock going nuts as we had it on our list. Was up a lot today. This is SOS Limited, another ADS going ham. So looking to take out $4. This is pretty high. This stock here, good opportunity to go with it. Okay, it's not moving. My daily chart's not here. Is this from yesterday? IPO? No, it should be loading. Okay, there it is. Yeah, nice little break of this high 350. We've been to $4 before. So let's watch out to see what happens on a $4 break on SOS. Might be a good spot to fade it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and all-time highs for Roku again. I mean, there was the idea of a dip. I think certainly, obviously, that didn't come to fruition, so I don't have it. I just got out of my Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm going to look at that 19 level. Of course, that's the one I really, really liked. And I can go ahead and cancel this bid, trying to catch a bit of a dip on Roku. If Roku can come back to like a 362, 363, maybe we'll have a shot to get it. But there was a good pullback a couple of minutes ago here to 360 that I did miss. Brandon, what's up?
The other one that had earnings, guys, WBA, Walgreens, we mentioned. Early weakness here. They sold it back down to 43 where we were yesterday afternoon. But look at this, right back up, testing these pre-market levels for Walgreens.
All right. Yeah, I was just looking at, we did reverse a little bit long here on Bed Bath & Beyond. So we are slightly long. You can see 66 it's a losing stock for us. So we'll flush ourselves down the toilet when I find that key. But we did try the short. We were able to take some money here. So it's not disastrous. This was a triple short, a double short actually to start the day. And then we did capture that 1770. And if you actually look here on my sheet, we did have 1775 here listed as a spot. Where is it there? Where's the top there? So we should have noticed that. As if it doesn't break that, then we should have got out of more, and it doesn't. It actually stops. That's why we did get out there some. So sometimes your pre-market planning does work out quite nicely. So that in that case it did. So Bed Bath & Beyond still waiting. We'll get out of our long here. It could fade back in now.
Yeah, I can't believe I missed $4 on SOS. I got accidental long here when it broke that 340 range. I didn't want to have it, so I just took it out for a small win. But if it pulls back now, because I missed $4 retracement, obviously, I'm looking at this 355 to 360 level. Actually, might be worth a bit of a buy. In terms of 4, if it makes a lower high around like 94, 95, I'll see if I can't dip in that way. Bed Bath & Beyond showed nothing in terms of resistance at 19, by the way. So I don't like that trade at all. It goes into that price. You're expecting to see any kind of consolidation. Forget about it. But I'm now watching SOS here at 4, the second time it's got to this price. So it's about to break right now as I speak, and instantly to like 07, 08. So you had to cross deep to be able to get that long trade if you like it. Brendan?
Shout out to Lewis. He mentioned this one. If you joined us early on this morning, the 9 NCTY now 80% on the day, guys. Just tagged $27 there on a huge volume spike. So 3 days in a row to the upside for NCTY.
Yeah. He did mention shorting it. I hope he's okay. NCTY there, big move to the upside there. He was talking about some of these levels short, I believe, but obviously they would have got out on that blow to the upside. 85%, wow, on NCTY. Let's check back on NEO as we are out. No, we still have a little bit on that one. So good out there, 54. We talked about that. We are holding that last 10% on NEO and trying to get back in here maybe during this consult. If I can get this price again, 53.30, I think that would be worth it. There is that little spot right there from yesterday, which is kind of why we like the 30, the 20 level. There is that coming, but we just did break VWAP, so you got to watch out a little bit here. Coming back to the downside, that NCTY is still trying to go. Tesla 788, man. Let's check back on Cron. We did get out of that one on that drop, so let's see if it can remain strong. I still don't mind actually going long through 930. So let's put a bid to go long through there. I wish we still had that, but a small little 15-cent hit is definitely doable for me. So 915, let's average in right now to Cron, see if we can't get along here.
Yeah, I'm just watching the Bed Bath & Beyond goes to 1950 before it actually makes a bit of a turn.
Oh, really?
I did just jump into that SOS as well. It made a bit of a failed break through $4, so it's trying to come back in. It got as high as 410, but when I saw it just like flash up again to 410 and slam back down, this is one of the entries I'm always going to be over. If I'm looking for a short trade the first time, I'll try it the second time as well. But I'm going to scalp it to this 75. It just feels like it's still very, very strong, and it might not be the real term, which could come later on. Brendan?
Not terribly exciting, but if you're looking for a lower price one with ties to crypto, remember XNET, XNET, 30.5, 31% now to the upside. Just bounced off 4 pretty hard there. Volume came in on the way down to 4, guys.
Okay, so we did get into Cron, so we'll hit the weed Batman here just because we're in it. It's not moving, but I did want to discuss it a little bit here. We are long here at 19. I do want to average in, and then I just want to use 9 again as my breaking spot. I know it looks crazy because you could hold it down to 890, but I don't really want to do that. I also want to take a 930 break to the high side there on Cron. So I'm looking for that trade. FCell has come back in. Bed Bath & Beyond, that was a name that Neil just talked about. We did get long and out there. That's the red. So you can wait to see on that one. I don't mind going short again through that same level, man, 1870 or so on Bed Bath & Beyond. So we can look at that as another short possibility. And guess what, guys? Here goes Cron. So let's take this out here if we can at 29. Missed it. We're offering now 29s. We are long 19. We're going to make back everything there and try to put this name positive for us. So we're going to wait at 29. We didn't get hit there, but that's where we're waiting. And then we'll take a 30 break as well. So right now, Weed Batman looking to be okay. Let's just get out here at 29 if we can, and then take a 30 long. There we go. We got some 29s there. So a nice little out at 29 for 10 cents. Now we'll take a 30 break through Cron and watch this one hopefully light up. Pardon the pun.
Yeah, I might have sold myself short on this one on SOS here, but I did think that that last push I wanted to get out for that scalp style trade, like the 10 to 15 cent one. If we're right in 375 holds, fantastic. I don't think I'd be retesting a short that 4 even. If it breaks the 75, looking for like a 350 type of bounce. So SOS, it's going to be a good trade. At least that last one was. I'm now looking at this NCTY, which is leveling off a little bit here. I mean, at some point it's going to come back down. If this is it, I might take my first crack at it here. Brendan, what's up, bud?
Just had an alert on this one, guys. QS, QuantumScape, heads up 71 just coming into play here. 72 back at the top end of the pre-market range, but 66 bottom there. Great opportunity on QS.
What? I say what? Because what happened? I had a QS break there. Again, it says script failed, so I don't know what did happen there, but we were trying to go long right through here, man. 70, was this the price? Yeah, 70.50, so I can get it again. Okay, so we don't need to cry over spilled milk here. Maybe we can get this again right now, 70.50. Let's take a little bit of QS here. I do like that. Thanks, Brendan. I don't know why that didn't fill for me, but whatever, we're going.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I had to get out of my Tesla trade manually there. So, I mean, I'm not sure in the exact moment what it was. SOS is coming back down. I was going to be looking at that NCTY, but 350. I got out of the short too early. I probably should have held it down to this 50 to 65 area, which was the initial gut reaction, but it was just so strong through 4 that I want to take the scalp. I will take a shot at buying this one in front of that 50 in VWAP. If I can get something like 55 to 60, start a bit of a long position there. CBAT just broke $8, so that one continues to run. Brennan, what's up?
Some of these banks showing strength again today, guys. MS, Morgan Stanley, just hit all-time highs. Look at the volume that came in there at all-time highs for Morgan Stanley, guys.
There's too many of them.
Yeah, you know I've been pounding the pavement on JP, so great trade there. Again, I can't get out while we're trading on the show, but yeah, JP Morgan, I love that stock, and I hope you guys do as well. And I hope you're in on that one as they're making like new records there for bank stocks and what they're able to do in this environment. So, okay, we did take QS. We had to pay up a little bit for it, 70.77 there. Is that my price? 78 is the exact price. So we did pay up for QS. I'm not going to give this one too much room, man. Breaking through 69 is about enough for me. So let's wait on QuantumScape. I still see this as our high, 72.50. So if we can get up there and take out half that high, then we will. But we're not going to give this one too much room. Like I said, if we can make about $2 on it and give ourselves about $1 and change worth of risk, I think that's something that we're worth doing. So we're going to wait for QS to get going here. Other than that, man, same old stuff on my side here. Still waiting for Neo. Didn't take any on that dip, which I should have again, but we didn't. So I got to focus on some more names here, guys.
I cannot believe I didn't check to see if I had pay for shorts on NCTY. So look, I'm not going to chase this one down. I like this consolidation. I'm wondering why I'm not getting fill. We're going to have to see if we can get some locates on it. But look at that, just like a T. It tested up one more time. Try to come back through that 26. Looks like it's on its way to VWAP right now. One position update here. I did get into OGEN off that dollar move. Now, I did actually get my price to $1. It's consolidating at VWAP right now, so I cannot let it go past like a 105, 110 area. I'm anticipating that if it does break down below $1, I'd want to be working into a bigger position as opposed to necessarily just holding what we have down to about a 92 to 94. If that breaks, the next target down was about 80. 75 would be the ultimate pipe dream. Brendan, what's up?
I was just reading UK regulators are going to look into NVIDIA's $40 billion potential takeover of ARM, if you remember that from last year. NVIDIA, though, 3.5%. I mentioned Micron earlier. Just broke day highs there, but big reversal back through 522 for NVIDIA.
Okay, yeah, good look on that. Yeah, I do remember that, and also AMD also involved in an acquisition as well, so we can look at that. We did take a long here on AMD, so that's why, or sorry, on Cron, so that's why you're going to see us in this position right now. I like it. I don't have a problem with this one. We'll just see what it wants to do now, though. I'm giving it back to about a VWAP, about a 915 or so break where we started this long initially. So look, if marijuana doesn't want to go, I don't generally have good luck trading some of these throughout the show, but you got to really wait for spikes to happen, and I thought we got one there at 9:30. So let's wait to see. Got to be patient on this one. Still a little ways down for us to go, but I do like the high side on this one, especially if the weed space gets going on some of this rhetoric there from, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be any rhetoric today from, I guess, President-elect Joe Biden. We'll see today Kamala Harris also. Well, I mean, whatever. We're going to wait on these plays. So that's basically the point. And then the next trade here, I did want to call up AMD on that news there from Brendan about NVIDIA. Yeah, so they're trying to take out highs as well right now. Look at this consolidation. Wow. A nice little bump up as we keep going, man. Watch NASDAQ starting to break out.
And speaking of names that are the themes that we're talking about here, if you're watching the crypto plays, Martha, of course, had made a bit of a move. I should have held this. No, I shouldn't. No, that's not right. It's not that I should have held it. I should have got in on the 1950 break. That was the next level to the downside. I was anticipating a push back up. Sometimes you anticipate something, you're expecting it to happen, it doesn't, you miss a fantastic trade. And it's already back up $1, retesting this 1950 to 20 area. I'm going to be playing a fade on Martha here to the short side to see if I can get it. And you heard me right. I am not going to say, the one time I'm going to say Mara is right here for the rest of the day, it's going to be called Martha. So if you're confused, I apologize in advance, but it's all Brennan's fault.
Yeah, it's all you, Brendan, with that Martha call. But okay, we're going to keep going here and look at some different names here. Neo, we did have that opportunity missed for sure because it does come right back into that area. And I hope you were paying attention because we talked about getting longer if it did come back into here. We didn't do it, but whatever. I mean, it's just about the call, right? So hopefully you guys had that with us, or you know, not with us, I guess. Hopefully you were listening and took that. But that was 53.20. Again, we got to put some orders back downside near 53. Just in case that does happen again. But we still are long, so it's still a decent trade. And then Cron right now falling down just a bit. Quick check-in before I go over to Brendan. I just want to check in on Tesla. Did that break that 790 yet? Oh, yes, it did. It goes to 793. So pretty choppy right here for Tesla, but lots happening in the market. Let's go, Brendan.
Sun W, one of the clean energy names, just popping up here through day highs, guys, on volume as well. 760 was that last little pivot. Was just checking this level over here. 815, 8 to 815, bit of an area for Sun W going.
You're going to go back into Martha for a second here. It did get to VWAP here at 1970. I tried to get some more shares, but slammed right back down. It's trying to consolidate. But if you look at the level too, I mean, it's not like there's a tremendous amount of liquidity. The spread opens up from time to time, so being a little bit more active and might have to hit some levels as opposed to just throwing offers in and hoping to catch a bit of a fill. If it rolls over back below 1950, I'm likely to just hit the bid on the way down. But if it, I'm trying to get a consolidation short off of this 1975 area. If it tests higher, I think 20 is going to be a level, and 2050 stands out like a sore thumb. We'll play that again if it gets to that price. I'm going to go back over to CBAT if I can, just to. It bounced up here. Now, the last exit I got was around this $8. It is trying to come back up. I am going to get into some more shares at 825 to 830 or so on this bounce. I like this trend back into the downside. So CBAT looking like a good one. I want to try to hold it while building a more of a short position on a bit of a bounce here.
CBAT. Okay, Neil coming back in. So we do have some bids downside right now to see if we can't catch some long. So we believe in this trade, and we're not going to drop it. So if Neo does come back up, we're going to use kind of these levels here as our outs, like 75 if it does break. Well, we can actually use 60 if it does break. So we are trying to get some longs here downside right now on Neo. I'm in the teens, so we'll see if you get long as it comes back down in. So we do like that trade. Our Cron is trying to go. It got back to 930, so we're just going to wait on that. I said to myself that what I need to do in the new year, I know Neil and I not trying to change up our trading strategies, definitely not. It's been working like crazy, but we're trying just to add some more layers, right? So on this one, we're going to wait a little bit more, be a little more patient with it. We can drop down to a 3-minute chart. I just think there's upside. We're already here. Oh, it was the daily chart that was sort of key on Cron because we're taking out this little print. Hopefully, I don't even know if that happened on this day, but this dark print up here, 9:30. So I think we can hold for a little bit longer. We can zoom out. There's not much here because it was just such a huge runner, right? I mean, we know about the marijuana space. So if we could just get over this little hump here, 9:30, I think we can get, I don't know, we don't get to 11 today, but it should be clear skies. So let's just wait to see on Cron. It's trying to make a move right now. So I'm happy, but I would be more happy if it does actually break. So that's Cron looking at that. And Alibaba, man, right back down to that level that I was hoping I would never see again.
Oh, Jen, how are you gonna do me like that? I thought, look, I took a bunch of shares out of this OGen in front of this support level, so I started getting into the short at 96. Bulk of the shares in around this like dollar price. That's why we have 102.5 is going to be the average price here, but it was just over $1 that I did have as a position. That's why I bunch out for the 5-cent win. The next leg will be that 10-cent move. I thought after getting out of some shares here, it'd pop up to VWAP and I could get more 102s, 103s. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Mara broke that quarter, so the 3/4, sorry. So I got out of that quick short because I wanted to use that 20 level. There's now a bit of a battle happening on, sorry, did I just say Mara? I meant Martha. Now there's a bit of a battle happening at that 20 level, guys, and I jumped in front of it. It's breaking the level, and it broke it like 2 or 3 times here, but immediately offers just sort of stacked back in. So I'd give that to like a 2010. I'm short at 98, so it's really not that bad of a price. You know, scalp them out into VWAP, which always makes a little bit of sense here, and then see if we can't work it back to the 1950 range. So playing these 50-cent ranges on MARA, or as I'm going to call it, Martha.
Okay, yep, we know that. That's what he's going to be calling that today. So, okay, Palantir, I did want to get to that. Some people asking about it on the chat. I love Palantir. You guys know where we're long, and we haven't been averaged in. We are trying to get averages in if this gets back down to 21, 22-ish, where it's been, but, you know, it just hasn't been printing us. So I'm going to take this break right here, 24.65. Strong day for Palantir today, up that 4%. I think the run is coming on this stock. I love the space they're in. I love everything that Palantir is doing. So let's just wait to see they're signing new contracts. I believe in the stock. If you do, that's great. You can take this with me, but I do want to just show it to you. It's yesterday's highs. So actually, sorry, yesterday's high was right here, 60. Is the day before that in 64, 65. So, I mean, you can almost take a 50 break right now, but I'm going to get a little more aggressive or a little less aggressive and wait to see confirmation on that break. But Brendan, give it to us over there at the big screen. What's happening
now?
Yeah, lots, guys. Let's jump right into North American markets here. Nicely positive, top to bottom. It's been a while since we've had every single market here in positive territory, including the S&P, 1.17% to the upside. The Dow lagging ever so slightly, 0.5%. We saw the Dow actually leading yesterday, so a bit of a pullback maybe needed, all-time high territory. NASDAQ, nice bounce back, 1.8% for both the composite and the 100. Even the Russell, a full percent to the upside. For small caps having a nice start to the session. Anyways, the TSX here in Toronto, 0.7%, about 1.4% down in Brazil. If you're following along on the watch list, we had Tesla back on the watch list this morning. We were talking about the possibility of 800 coming into play today. Yeah, it tags 792, 800 just above here for Tesla. So don't sleep on that. Still huge volume coming into Tesla at this point. So a heads up there. Plug Power, another one from the watch list. Did have some sell volume right off the bat once we got up to that 46.5 all the way back to 43, but consolidating in kind of the middle of the range right now. This is more of the story. Volume huge on Plug Power once again today, guys.
Okay, and yeah, Plug Power, good. We talked about that earlier, and what a good trade that was for those of you that had it. Also, there was FCell, which was my largest win today, and it just could have been bigger. I was actually mad at myself, as you guys know, for not taking more out or getting out of that one properly. Took too many shares out, but whatever, we can review that in a minute. Okay, 69. So thanks for the what's up on 70.50, Brendan, breaking on QS. We did take that, but we do get out on VWAP there, so this is about $1. Buck 70 hit there, out at 69. I mean, 68.80, 68.90 or so was our out. I still like it though. I'm going to take it if it breaks through 70 again. I don't want to short this thing, although if you look at a chart, you might say like, why the hell don't we want to short it? You can see what's happening with that one. But look, guys, bang! So here we go again on NEO. We did it! We did it! Hallelujah! Thank God we had that idea to get longer at the bottom, and this time we do it. So sometimes I can't have my eyes on everything, but today we did, and that was a good one. What's up, Valeria? We take that long, 53 there, 53.11, and then we're getting out in the 30s. So good trade. It comes up to view up and rejects again. So let's just get this out, man. NEO, let's go. I hope it goes to the moon. I don't know if it's going, but this is a big trade for me. Their average took a one position there, up at basically the high of the day. Then we take some more there at 53 and change and out. If you can, Brendan, I know there's like a NEO day coming. I know it's kind of like a battery day for Tesla. I think that's tomorrow or the 9th. No, the 9th is Saturday. Yeah, I think it is the Saturday. Let's find out a little bit more about that maybe. I'm not sure what they're expected to release, but here goes NEO. Big, guys. We've got to get out of some of this.
Yeah, and just as all of this happening, MARA here got a bit of a bid out of 85. It then broke that 20 definitively, so out as long at 20.05, and then 20 cent winner up to that 20.25 mark. I'm not trying to get short up that 20.50 level, which was always going to be the plan over here. So I did one chance at it, well, two chances at it. I'm trying to start it in the 20s or so. Just an update on OGen. It's continuing to sort of slide in the downside, but it's starting to slow down a little bit. 92 just got to. I got some out there. In front of 90, of course, I'll use some of that to get out. And then you look at this bottom here, 87, down to about like an 80. It will be another target area to get in. So Mara just got some 217s. Brendan, what's up?
Here we go. January 9th, in fact, is NEO Day, guys. The first autonomous driving sedan to be unveiled by NEO, among other products, including a 150 kilowatt per hour battery pack, second generation battery swapping station technologies and other stuff. So lots of fun things coming January 9th on NEO Day.
Hello, NEO Day. Okay, yeah, lots of fun stuff. Okay. I see you, NEO, and thanks for that update there, Brendan, and good call. Well, I mean, I knew it was the 9th, but it's kind of surprising that it would happen off market, but that's in China, so it's a day ahead anyway. I think it's Sunday over there. Okay, so we just got out, man. Nice little out. We're still holding 10%, but it's a big trade there for me. NEO today, yes, sir. We smile with NEO. It seems like every day we're smiling with some NEO trades as we go because it's been a great trade. It's been a great stock to trade, probably one of the best day trading stocks out there. NIO, let's go.
And SOS, if you're holding that stock to the long side, there was, I said I'd take a shot at 350 here. I did. It did a bounce. I got wicked out, but it only gave you 5-10 cents. It's looking ultra weak now. I'm going to use this 350 area to be a bit of a consolidation short if I can. Like I said, got some Mara at 217. It's stalling out a bit on its march to 2050. And I got some more CBAT, but SOS just cracked the 50 million share mark. It's still doing decent volume, but starting to taper off, which is a good sign if you're looking to short it, which I am, of course. But if it breaks, call it 365 without ever traveling below like a 3, which was a big level, guys. Watch out for 3 even. There could be an afternoon play on it. For now, short below VWAP.
Okay. Yeah, SNDL doing way better than all of this. Okay, let's look at Did you just talk about SNDL, Neil?
Really?
No, you did not, right?
No.
No, okay, so let's have a look. I just don't want to do the same thing twice. Okay, SNDL, I know the reason why we talk about it is because this is a NEO special, but I guess not today. Not with some of the marijuana names popping off here, guys, today. So we're not really trading this too aggressively at all. But look at the volume, man. 170 M right now with SNDL. So I don't like to trade the sub-dollar names, but the volume is there, man, and you can scalp the living whatever out of this. We don't pay fees. I don't know if anybody does sub-dollar anymore, so watch out. This thing could break through 69, but the volume is intense, man. And don't get too scared away from the volume. It should be a good thing. Just remember, it's sub-dollar, so like when you're seeing 170 million shares done, it's not a lot of actual, money going into this name. It's a day trader's sort of paradise here if you do like to scalp. And as we say, that 69 break turned out to be pretty good. Like instead of taking 1,000 shares, traders taking 10, 20, 50,000 shares. This thing, there's tons of liquidity.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm already trading that OGen. It's a similar story. I mean, it's actually not done as many shares as Sundial, but it just seemed like it was a better one on the chart. It just broke 90 cents here, so just got some out at 88. The overall short prices was $1 and change, so it's just better than the 10% return. You'll see 102 because that's where my last entries were, guys. That NCTY, just to track back to it, obviously this was a good short. I mean, I pie in my face because it was only 3 cents a share, I think, when I checked for pay for shorts. And if I just had them in advance, I wouldn't have the pie in my face and missed out on a fantastic opportunity. It already went to VWAP, so that 10% return did come and go. Thankfully, we were able to say that we liked it without getting the position, which kind of sucks. I'm going to go quickly, if I can, Plug Power. I don't know if we covered this one. I know it's on the watch list. I know we might have talked a little bit about it. Big breakout. Now, 42 was an obvious support level that I would love to use. It just never happened. The only dip, and I didn't see this actually go through. This is just a dark pool print, I think. But this support here at 43 held up at least once, but that is a significantly lower high for the time being. It could be selling off in the news here, especially if it does not retest like at least 46. Forget about 46.70, which is the current high. So watching for potential rollover here in Plug, maybe through a 45. It is very thin, but the volume is fantastic. So liquidity is there. It might not look like it on level 2, but there's a ton of liquidity. Brendan, what's up, bud?
Another clean energy name, Westwater Resources, just popping back up here through 530. Day highs on volume, guys, for WWR.
Not WWE. We could check out WWE stock. I haven't watched wrestling in a hell of a long time, but we will wait on that. I love Razor Ramon and those guys back in the day. Degeneration X, absolutely fantastic. Okay, here we go, Neo. Trying to move. I thought we were going to make a little march back to 54 here. I still think it is possible. What is this level? 53.65 or so. Breaking. I'm already long, so I'll probably hang my hat on this position right now and wait to see what it wants to do. Man, were we wrong. It's going to be my biggest loser today. But Bed Bath & Beyond, a big mover today, 22 million shares. The only long I had was this break after getting broken of our short. We took a little bit of a long, 1866 up to 85. So that's 20 cents there, but not as many shares. Obviously, I didn't believe in the long. I wanted to take it on the break. Didn't think we'd go $1 from there. But now we're kind of fading back in here. So I'm looking at this 1880 level. And debating that. So 1880 right now on Bed Bath & Beyond. This is a 3-minute, that's a 1-minute chart. I did want to look at a 3-minute before. Oh, good. That's right where VWAP is as well. So yeah, 1880 on BBBY. I do like it. We did lose that buck and change on QS. But again, that's a trade that I'll take again. I want QS through 70. So there's that. And then you guys I talked about it in the pre-market as I look at my list here for Microsoft, and it's up in a... it's up and away, man. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this in the pre. I mean, look at these levels. Market opens up and it's see you later, alligator. So that stock just keeps going to the north side there. It takes out this little level at 216 and just keeps on going. If you're thinking this market's overdone, like we're up 2%. Can you believe that? We're up 2% again today after what we saw yesterday. It's pretty unbelievable. But here we go, 218 possibly here for a nice little short on Microsoft. Let's see if it can't, if it struggles near yesterday's high. But wow, what a beast. One of my largest holdings. I mean, I'm holding everything tech, so really happy with Microsoft. Not happy with Cron here as it's getting ready to break my back at 915.
I am happy with Martha down to VWAP here, 1975. I did get that, it was 2017 that was the price of the short. I mean, obviously, I have an offer here up around 30 in the 30s that I can go ahead and cancel. If this continues to move, the out will be in front of 1950. Every 25 to 50 cents has just been a sort of obvious little consolidation and turnaround points. So I'm actually going to park a bit in front of 50 to get the last of this retracement short on Mara outs. And let's go to Brendan right now. What's up at the desk?
I did see both of Uber and Lyft in the pre-market catching upgrades. They really weren't doing much as far as pre-market activity, though. But nice move here for Uber, 53 up to 55. Or sorry, this is Lyft. I don't know why my chart is wrong there, but there we go. There's Lyft. 48 to 49. That was Uber, in fact, on my chart. But my level 2 is saying something different, guys. That tends to happen from time to time. 4.5%, nevertheless, for Uber on an upgrade as well.
Never happened. Sundial, man, I should have shorted 70. No, I mean that goes without. Like you have to play the stocks that make the most sense to you at the time and what you were looking at that day. And Yeah, I mean, I can say, yes, I should have been looking at 70. You can sort of look back at the last couple of sessions, tops at that 70-cent mark. It is still showing a bit of a trend, guys. I'd like to see this thing below like a 65, 66 before jumping into it. I just saw an offer getting eaten up here at 67, so I might actually take another run at that 70 high. OGEN is making another push to the upside, so I'm looking to see if I can catch a bit of a reload. It would probably have to be in the 96 to 98 range instead of back at like 1 or 102, but we did just bounce off that failed break at 90 cents. I gave you like that 10% return. If it comes halfway back, good for a bit of a reload opportunity on that one. And CBAT, I did reload, and that is now back in the money. So I got some in the 20s and 30s. It's back down to $8. I'll scalp 20 cents there and then hold the rest.
Okay, so we're long Baidu here. News on Baidu coming through, Brendan, that they're planning on getting into electric vehicles. I think we already have that news, but again, maybe just confirmed here. So we went long 207.70 there. It goes all the way to 210. We could take the $3 or $4 on this one, but why can't Baidu make it back to 212 here? We are long Baidu right now. Yes, sir. $3 in the money. Hot dogs everywhere, Brendan. Give it to them.
All right, so it's Geely, guys, a company called Geely. If this will load, I can show you. There we go. Baidu plans smart EV company to make cars at Geely plant. So they're teaming up with this company, Geely. They're going to use their platform, so it's already constructed. If you remember, we talked about this, I want to say a couple weeks ago, this came out. There was rumors floating around, so here we go. They have confirmed straight from the company, guys, teaming up with Geely on EVs.
Yeah, and we're long, so I don't really have an idea where to get out here. So this is $3, $4 in the money. I mean, depending on the spread here, it's very spready. What's up, Randy? Okay, so 213.50. I don't mind taking a $5 winner on this. So if we can get up to 213, let's get out. It could fade back in. I'm going to use the bottom of the day here to get out, and we'll keep averaging it if we can as well. So 204, 205, something like that. If we can get out, that would be great. But I mean, we do see some consolidation up here, 212, 212. And then, yes, remember, there still is rhetoric about these Chinese companies. So, like, I'm not in love with them. I was going to talk about Baidu before I saw this news come through. And I don't want to miss out on taking some profit here. But at the same time, I want to try to give this some room to run. So I'm going to try, man. And if we can go up here, if I can get a 213, which is coming faster than I thought. Here we go. $3, $4, $5. Let's go. We're trying to get through 212, 213. If we can get out 213, I'll probably take that one on this news. So if we could take a big $5, I mean, that'll be a $6 winner on Baidu. We will take it. So let's watch out for 213 coming up, guys.
Yeah, I was actually just taking a quick look at Bed Bath & Beyond again. It's actually leveling off to the downside, and this is not to say it's revenge trading, because that's not the nature of the game, but came in with a short bias, and I can't ignore the fact that this is like 1880 right here, 1880, 1885. If it breaks down, I'm going to be jumping into another short position, a bit of a breakdown trade. If it tests towards that low, just remember how hard that bottom was on an 18 break, 1880, and it was just crazy buying. So make sure that's a bit of a target to the downside. But 1885 to 1880 is an entry for a short trade in Bed Bath & Beyond. It'll be a relatively tight stop, though.
And guys, there it is. The banger happens. We're going to tweet this one out as well. You see the volume increase right there, right? You see that volume increase. And then we went long as soon as we saw the news right there, 207.50. We're out at that high. So we will copy this, paste this, and put this on Twitter. What a big move that was, guys. We nailed that. Like, we nailed that high. Who knows what's going to happen now? I mean, we could be wrong. Who knows? But look at that high. 213, guys. We're out at 212.85 right there. So I'm going to look at my board here because I can't do math. That was a $5 win. Almost $6 there win for Baidu. Beautiful trade there, putting us through the moon, guys. So you might not see too many backflips, but there it is. We also went short NEO now, if I can call that up. We are going to put that on our Twitter. Follow us, guys. Breaking this bottom right here on NEO. So let's just see. I'm not going to give this one too much. We know NEO has a lot of love, so I'm not going to hold this one too far, but we are short now NEO.
And I have shorts in SOS, Mara, CBAT, OGN. I mean, all of them are sort of working in the money here, but I'm going to talk about this SOS. It did make the run up to VWAP. There was that 350 buyer that got absolutely shellacked on the way down, and there was a seller that stepped up. So playing off of this, I think some weakness has finally come into the stock. If it can hold 325, I'll probably cover. Otherwise, you know, the idea is that if 325 shows no resistance, hold at least a little bit of this for a flush down to 3. 3 was a big level on this stock. Got to make sure that I take profit in front of it. I've taken everything I will out in front of that 325 mark, and now let's see if we can't hold it to 3 even. If it comes back upside, I would get a little bit more back in, but this is a stock that has been buying rather heavily a lot of these dips, especially in the pre-market, so you don't want to fight it too hard. Take the profit where you can and run. 50 million shares means you can get in and out a heck of a lot on that name. Sundial is now on the radar, guys. It's still actually looking weak. It cannot test back to that 70, so I might actually give a shot at some point in this name as well.
I cancel all these bids now and everything for that. Look, here we go, guys. Like, we're doing it again and again and again on the show. And like I said, 4 negative days in, or 3 negative days in December, 4 in November. And look what we're doing right now again to this market. And bye-bye, NEO. We called that short. We've cleaned out of it a little bit here. We're still holding like 70%. I mean, I still think we could break. So we do have some more bids on the downside there. Bang, another out right now. Let's go to a 1-minute chart. Make this even look better, man. We played this like a fiddle today. Long, and out, and out, and out. And then right here, our next short. We take that short right now on this break to the downside. But we are resisting this 60. You see this bottom here, 60? That's why we're starting to get out right around here if we can. 60, 65. A good spot to start getting out of some of our NEO. But yeah, man, we did it again. It's another banger for you guys. Let's go, NEO.
That's kind of jokes. Someone asked if we ever see the sun. It's the winter here in Canada, so the answer to that is no. Not anymore. This NCTY coming back to the downside to 21. That would be that easy breakout point that it got to. Now, worth noting here, I'm going to point out this is a halt price. It halted at 23.70. Sometimes it has significance. It just tested off that level, trying to burst through to the upside. If we bounce off 20, I'd look for a 23.70 break to the upside if you like that to the bearish on a bearish look. SOS continues to be a good one, but let's keep in mind, guys, don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. If it does break down to that 3/4 mark, I am going to take some more shares out of that one. And OGen, it just bounced a little bit, but the reason I haven't added to it was I said 96 to 98 would be a price to add on a pop. It never got there, so I'm not going to chase this one. We are in the money. We're just going to have to let it ride and see how far it goes. And Mara, not doing anything. It's back to that 20 even mark. At some point, I'm going to have to take off the short because it looks like 2050 might get tested and break, and that's going to be a long for sure.
And here it is again, another win for you guys. Today we're not going to go perfect because we do have Kron and BBBY that failed us. So we will wait for that. I'm so pissed off about Kron. Sorry, not about Kron, about BBBY because that should have been, I should have taken them all out there at 17.75 on the short. But now we're out of 2/3 of NEO as it does break into those 60s. So that's why we started cleaning that up here. We're taking 25 cents on the sell side. Now we're in the money nicely here as we continue to move down. And I just tweeted it out because it was like a glove, man. We go long there. We had a bid down here. We didn't get picked up. We literally missed by a penny, or else this day would be monstrous. But there it is, long again. Long again on the defend right to here. And then as soon as this level broke, there's the short and just crushing it to the downside right now. Let's see. Here we go. 35 cents in the money. Brendan, we are destroying this. And it's really, 50 cents now in the money on NEO. We sniffed out this short, and there it is. I'm slaying you, Brendan. Let's throw it back over to you at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Let's get back into what we were talking about in the pre-market. I mentioned this one right before the open. ISR from yesterday, if you remember, had a big move. I was talking about these levels up here, 165 to 175. Very, very good level. Didn't ever even get close to testing that. Very weak right off the bat. So a little scalp down to 125. Little scalps all add up. Worth a look. SOS, another one came all the way up to 4. Failed. We're failing now, it looks like, at 350 to 360 as well. So tight risk on that one. But volume already drying up on SOS. So a little bit concerned about that one. And CBAT, CBAK, 925. If that ever gets, write it down. If it ever gets back there, that was a great level. 1, 2, 3 tests of 925 in the pre-market and then straight southbound to 780. So bouncing along day lows for CBAT. Guys, back to you.
Hey.
Yeah, as you say that, there was literally just a question. I think it was Kevin on one of the members, not a member, but one of the members, people in the chat here, saying, is this low of the day? I mean, it's not the low of the day because pre-market traded much lower than this, but sometimes you care about those opening ranges, what happens after 9:30. I'm holding the last of my shares here for a break of this 780, and if it either breaks the 780 mark, fantastic. We can get some out, maybe down to a 7/4 or so, 7 even. Or it's going to be close to break even. You know, this was originally a short that we had at 850, but I did reload shy of that price. But I am having to give it back to like an 845, 850 to make sure we're not wrong, and I'm likely to reload on that position even if it does go there, guys. As far as Bed Bath & Beyond goes, it's still sort of teetering above this 885 level. My order is locked and loaded. If it breaks down from here, not 19s where it's consolidating, but this little low that you see at 1880 and around VWAP. I'm going to go into the short if it breaks it one way or the other. It's short sell restricted, but should be able to get liquidity. The 19 break did give you a fill when that price broke, so I would anticipate the same thing here again at 1880.
Okay, yep. We're gone here. We're trying to trade some of this Bitcoin, but it's not really going too well here over on GBTC. So we're long, and it's not really moving. So we got to wait to see if Bitcoin does break. Bitcoin right now, though, guys, at 38.2 here. Bitcoin. I'll call up a chart for you in a minute on that one. Neo, though, look at that out, man. 37s. Like that was a fantastic out. So we will wait to see if we get more on that one. But Neo right now back to where we shorted it. So. And we're pretty light. We have 20% left on this trade. You can see there's 8 outs in here, 20% left. We'll wait to see. I get out like 10% at a time. I should have got out more down there because that was like a parabolic move to the downside there with volume. So that was a good indicator there, but made that mistake. What's up, Beep?
Just reading some news, guys, about MindMed here in Toronto, up again today, 3.3% after a big day yesterday. $4 if you go to the daily chart. For MindMed, very big level. So a heads up at $4 for MMED. Congratulations to both J.R. Ron and Kevin O'Leary, who's coming back in a week. MindMed closing their upsize financing, $92.1 million. They got that done to continue to meet high investor demand, guys. So congratulations to our friends over at MindMed, having another good day, guys.
Yeah, another big gap. I wonder if it retests that level, could be worth a look for me. First things first, big move back up here. And again, I was watching level 2 when SOS just essentially almost gapped the last half of this like 25-cent move. And then there was no bid. I mean, it touched 60 where my stop was. And then the bid evaporated by 10 cents. When that happens, I'm going to take profit out just in case it makes another push up. Past this, towards that 360 mark. 325 certainly holding because 332 is this low that you see here. OGen looking fantastic. And now Sundial again testing higher. I want this thing to break like 66.5 so I can go short. At some point, it's probably going to trick me into shorting off of this high here before testing that 70 mark, which is the big level. And Martha, here comes that 2050 mark to the upside. If we do break it, I am going to go long, but first things first, I said it and I'm doing it. I'm going short in front of 2050. I already have some at 17, but that's really the last of that other short from earlier on. 2050, the big level we've been talking about all morning, along with our guest, Lewis. So I'm sure good luck to you if he's trading off that level as well.
Yeah, exactly. And we just get out of a little bit more Neo right there. And now we only have 20% left. So this short is a winner no matter what happens now. But that doesn't mean that we're going to give this up. We're going to hold it till 53.20. We can actually, we don't have too many shares. We'll give it to 53.20.30, which is the VWAP. So we'll give it to that. We may reshort this thing as well. So watch out now. We're gonna wait to see the action on Neo to see if we do get reasons to go back into the short. But 53.30 will get out of our last 20% on this trade. But we're like I said, we like to put the winners in our pockets and keep them there as we go. Check back right now on Kron. Not a good trade. It was okay for us. It wasn't the end of the world. Good thing we got out at 15 there instead of 05. What's up, Beep?
Just reading an interesting story, if anyone's keeping score. Guys, with this move today for Tesla, Elon Musk officially surpassing Jeff Bezos as the richest person in the world for Elon today, guys, on 4.5% for Tesla.
Incorrect, Brendan. The world's richest man is Tron, because he got a hot hand in the dice game. Anyways, now that's just me making a Chappelle Show reference there. Obviously, those were fictional events from that show, but Mara is nothing fictional about this 2050 break, except for the fact that I couldn't get shares to like 56 on that break to the upside. I'm going to scalp some of this out here and see how far we can go. Now, obviously, it's not going to 25 right now, but everything, it's $5 to 10, it's 10 to 15, 15 to 20, so you can probably guess on a swing where this might be headed. I'd expect some consolidation before that happens. That's why it's a bit of a scalp trade up until it gets to that price. You can see the order I actually just put out there. Oh, no, 70 did not fill, so I just tried to get some more shares out of 70, and of course, that was the turn. So if it pulls back in, maybe we'll get us some consolidation worth playing at like a 20.35 for a bit of a dip buy. for now, not a bad little turn there for a scalp on Mara. I think there could be more to come, especially if it retests and then catches another bounce off like a 20-30, maybe even a 20 later on in the session.
Yeah, let's stay with the idea that we're trying to trade names here that are moving. So Neo, good little move back up. We're going to watch this. I mean, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to get out at 53.30 there, but strong stock. So we expect that. So that's a good play there. Wow, JP Morgan, man, we missed this one again today. Like, I'm not focused. I have long-term positions on JPM. You guys all know that. But I mean, look at what it's doing right now. Big time moves, another 5%. Up to 138. Watch out for this crack spot right now. We could just keep on going here on JP Morgan. I feel like, wow, just straight up and down here. We can check out even a 3-minute chart. Like this stock has just been blowing up. Yeah, 3-minute doesn't do anything. The daily, we talked about this. I'm long right here in the 90s. We talked about why we love that position. 141. There is some consolidation up here. This is pre-March highs, so we are coming right up to those, man. 139. We're getting close to that right now. 138, 139. This could be a good spot to fade a little bit. These banks are probably, man. I feel like they're overdone. So maybe we'll short in front of 138, but that also seems a little suicidal right here because of kind of the momentum that this name has.
Don't short JPM.
Yeah, I don't really want to
Look
short.
at Morgan Stanley might be a better one to short. Just I mean, on the same setup here, Sean, you see JP Morgan breaking that high while Morgan's making a lower high. So I always look at that for relative play and say, just give me the one that is showing a little bit more weakness there. So I'm probably about to try a Morgan Stanley short. As you were saying that, I was kind of looking at this. Anyways, I'm going to get to SOS in a second, which SOS, somebody help people that are long that stock and holding from the top. 76.25, I'm taking a shot on Morgan Stanley off the high of the day, which is not 50, it's 45. 50 would be the stop. Anyways, you kind of know why we do that, guys. And if you don't, it's even numbers.
Yeah. I love trading off 50s, 65, or 75s, quarters, all the option eligible spots basically. Okay, and JP Morgan. Okay, that's JP Morgan. Oh, the other name I want to look at was Uber. Oh, we have a cool Uber little thing here. Where is it? There it is. Let's ride the Uber today. No, we will not be because we're going to wait until we all get vaccinated before we go back into Uber. But Uber is a big play. It's been a lot of people's picks for 2021, and I think obviously it's on the reopen. A lot of people announced this a couple days ago, so you do see this bump up in the daily chart here on Uber. Like what a move off earnings back in November, all the way back up. And look, we are looking to take out all these levels right now. Uber only goes back this far, where they IPO'd 35. You're now up to $56 and still moving. So what is this? 55.40, 55.50. This top right here, 56. So daily chart not going to give us much information here. I would love a pullback back down to 55. I don't know if I've missed some of these today, but I did want to give a big shout out. Yes, sir. Chris makes almost $2 on Baidu. Oh, you sold that 210 because I'm weak. Stop it. It has nothing to do with how weak you are, but I am stronger. No, just joking, Chris. I take $6. You take $2. Call it what it is. Maybe you had 3 times the shares. Congratulations on that one, Chris. And look, thank you for the $25, man. We will just, it's irrelevant. We love all the super chats. Thank you so much. That does mean a lot to us. We can get a couple pistachio lattes off of that. Not that I'd be buying that again. It was so tasty, but I'm going to try to treat myself to one time. This was the play right here. Look, it's come back and bounced a couple times, actually, at the price that I was in at. So 207.85. This price was just random, man. I kind of just marketed it in when I read that news about that, so it would have been way better down here. But we basically have the high of the day. If that holds, man, wow, great call on Baidu, Mr. Wickens. What up?
One to look at here, guys. Had a big move yesterday in this one. Urban One. Remember U1? Yeah, huge move to the upside yesterday. 4 up to 950 almost, but we're down today 25.5%. Trying to bounce here, though. Just popped up. You can see on volume through $6. So it did dip below, right back up through $6 for U1. 25% downside, though, on that one. There's about an hour left in the session over in Europe. Valeria is watching what's going on over there. What's up, V?
Hey, Brandon, European shares are trading higher after projected Democrat Senate win. Delivery here trading in Germany is down more than 3% after raised more than $1 billion by issuing more shares to fund growth. Back to you.
Yeah, lots to look at both over in North America and in Europe today, guys.
Sundial goes up, and every now and then I will take a long in this stock. I mean, I think I did it once before, well, maybe twice, and this could be the third time on that 70 break. Look, it got to like 71. I mean, certainly you could definitely take some shares out there. I'm looking for a bit of a push to that 75 mark. I'm not going to be buying a dip on this. I think if it sort of retraces more than like a cent and change, we'll just get out of it. See if we can't work it up to that 75 and then make a judgment based on what we see there. I want to go back to Mara for a second here. It did get as high, and it did eventually get a fill up here around 80. Current high of the day, 80. My out was at 78. It's pulling back. I talked about maybe a 30 level, 2030 level, 2025, somewhere in that range for a dip buy. That's what I'm looking at next on MARA. It's a clear upward trend. Once it held that 1950, you had to start thinking about, okay, where am I going to try to go long this? I mean, it's the first time I'm going long. I wish I'd been thinking about an 1850 bottom, but I just wasn't. It looks pretty good. In retrospect, Morgan Stanley, which, you know, and I'm going to give the assist to Sean. I mean, I just pulled up the stock, and the second I saw that JP was breaking through that high, sort of holding, and Morgan was consolidating lower, I actually just punched into the shares because that actually gave me the conviction to jump into the short off of the high of the day. It's a VWAP retrace play, but I'll get some out in front of 76 if I can. Brendan, what's up?
I'm going to bring this over and show you a tweet from Spruce Point Capital. They're talking about MGNI. They've done a forensic review, apparently, according to their Twitter account, on this name. And now they are short, apparently, 1% to the upside still, though, for MGNI. Big spike, though, guys, on volume to the downside for MGNI.
Forensic review, huh? Okay. I guess that's good. We'll look at MGNI. Oh, one name I didn't want to. So I called up Ali Baidi because of that super chat, but I did want to go on to Alibaba right now. And yeah, we are just getting crushed. We're not getting crushed at all, but this is that level that I bought at. And then I tweeted and I said, I hope we never see it again, but it's right back in our face. I think I was long 22.80, so now we're lower than that. But look at this consolidation here. I just want to talk about this because, look, man, if Alibaba goes, then we could have a decent size on this one, like a decent winner here if it goes. And I wanted to look at this level right here. It's VWAP, it's 224. So I have to bring this to your attention because if I don't and I take it, then everyone will be mad. So, but you don't have to take it if you want. 224 break. I mean, you could also look at the bottom, man. We're taking out bottoms right now on Alibaba. So 221.78. The low is 221 even. The market up, Baba down. Not a great sign, guys, for Alibaba. It doesn't look like it's super exciting down here, but yeah, it's getting ready to break. I like Alibaba. Obviously, there's more work that needs to be done because I was not expecting this kind of a drop to come in Alibaba. I'm going to be buying some more shares after the show to put them in for a long term. I love the stock. I love the Chinese economy over there, but you're not trying to fight the government, and I think they've done enough damage. So we're going to wait to see on this one on the way down here. Alibaba, wow.
Yeah, who didn't hold the SOS short at the top? Talk about, like, I don't know, the all-time, at least I got back into it, but that's probably the only thing that's good about this chart. It's one of those things where the gut read here at the time was it had felt strong and there'd be another opportunity, but wow, that looks like it was an absolute perfect fail break at 4 even. I have to ask myself when I'm reflecting in the afternoon here why I didn't hold it. It is getting down to this $3 level, so you have to talk about what's going on now. This was a bit of a level, and I say a bit, it was definitely one at the open. It got down to this price, was a pre-market hold a couple of times, and then just the run up. A clear 30% move up before it got to 4. I'll be all flat if it gets down to that 3 even price, and then if it breaks it, I'll be looking for a scalp short into the 275, which when I was shorting it this morning was another support level. So watch out for 275 to 280. That's about a 15 to 20 cent winner if I'm taking that trade. That's all I'm going to look for. Morgan Stanley starting to roll over and look pretty solid. I'll get some out, like I said, in front of 76. I'll get some out in front of VWAP. It's more of a VWAP retracement play. And wow, I didn't even notice the NASDAQ just cracked 2% to the upside. So you cannot keep this market down. The ES, only 1.5. It's got some catching up to do, but I think it might just do that if it breaks this 3,800 mark.
Yeah, I was actually just going to comment. I mean, it's funny that you just mentioned that because I was going to comment the fact that the NASDAQ, like, look what it's doing right here, Neil. It's just like hovering. It doesn't want to do anything. So I think that we are getting ready to ramp up here. If you do get a break of this, let's call it 1288 here on the high side of NASDAQ. Someone said my out of Neil. Yeah, I talked about that a long time ago. Out on this VWAP, we should have reversed long. We only had that 10% left. So we got out 1, 2, 3, 4. You could see we did also highlight this 5260, which when that's why we got got out of most of them for 25 cents. But what we should have done was actually noticed that this move down was such a dramatic move that we should have got out more. But I mean, I'm happy we got out at the bottom of the day. Hard to complain when that's the case. But now NEO's going to the upside. We got like out at the high of the day, then out at the bottom of the day. So really proud of that one. And I did see a nice little super chat there. Thank you to Chris, and then thank you again to Mark. Whoops. Thank you again to Mark right here as well. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Another $25 for the Baidu trade. So you're welcome for that one. An easy 3K. Hell yeah, beautiful trade, Mark. Congratulations. Now you're long QS at 67.90. So let's have a quick look at that. I think I like that. I haven't had a chance to go back to QS here. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, wow, good, beautiful position there. I like this. Comes down, you find a stock you like long, and then when it breaks this, I don't know if this is where you went long. I probably would have gone long on a 68 break. I don't know. You must have averaged into that 67.90, so good little trade there. I still like a 70 break on QS, guys.
Yeah, and QS is such a crazy stock, and it's definitely heating up. It's not heating up around here because I'm literally feeling like cold winds blowing on me. Now, Sean talked about some of these dark pool prints that'll happen. So if you're confused by how I can have orders here up at like 71.5 and at 72.5 on Sundial, and you see this wick to the upside, it never actually got there. There's been a big seller at 71.50, which just got broken. I just got taken out there. So there we go. Just got some shares out at 71.60. This break has been a fantastic one in terms of holding up. The dip was to like 69.5. So it barely pulls back and then continues to run to the upside. So there you go. I actually went Sundial long for at least once, and we'll see how the rest of this plays out. MARA is starting to slow down a little bit in towards that 21 mark. Now, it got to like 20.95. I probably should have taken some more profit out because every 50 pennies has been a level on this stock. It's just how it seems to go on Martha. Martha, you've been a good one. I'll have to take some out at 85 on the lower high here because I should have done it at 90.95 and I missed that opportunity. If it comes back down at this point, I'm no longer looking for the dip buy given that little push off or failure at 21 even. It's been a good one today, and I want to shout out to Luis. This has been a spicy meatball, and we talked about this. One of the reasons why we bring Luis on is just to make sure he trades a lot of the hot names. I know you guys are looking at what is actively day traded here for what to trade, and we bring him on. He was talking all about Mara, Riot, CBAD, and then the names he was looking at. Of course, NTCY. That's a missed opportunity for me. We get in early and talk about stocks for an hour, yet somehow I managed to not check the pay for shorts to make sure I had locates at the time when the time came and I wanted them. I definitely missed my shot there. Miss V, how are we doing here? I think you have a likes update, I think.
Yes, Neil, we have 9,000 of viewers right now and just 2,500 likes. So guys, please spend 1 second and hit thumbs up so we know you enjoy what we do. Back to traders.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, good call there. Yeah, don't upset Valeria too much, guys.
Ever.
Let's make sure that we do get those likes popping there. And yeah, we can get it. What's our record, V? 42?
So
Find out. Yeah, just joking. Yeah, 42. I think that's about right. So I think we're at 42. We'll find out about that. 25. We can break that today, no problem. What is FTFT? That's going crazy right now, so I should know about this. I think we've had this on our watch before. This is future fintech. Okay, so that's why it's dripping. Like, I'm in BFT, which is pay safe. That should be future fintech as well. But right now, 89% up. I guess you got to be involved in these $3 stocks, not these SPACs, in order to get these monster winners. But that's FTFT. Thank you as well there for a new member alert. We go membership talk on Monday. So Leyland, you will get, thank you so much for joining. You will get that link to our exclusive chat with us coming up on Monday. Big screen time with Brendan. Let's see the sector watch, my friend.
Hey guys, yeah, nicely positive right across the board, as we said at 10 o'clock. Let's have a look specifically at the S&P 500, 1.46% to the upside now. Lots to mention here, so we'll get right into things. Energy stocks, the entire group once again today, continuation move for oil prices. So all of these back to the upside. Just before I came over here, I saw that RDS.B popping up on a volume scanner. There's EOG, there's Oxy, there's PXD, MRO. 4.5 to 5.5% in positive territory. Material stocks as well, led by Mosaic and ALB, 5+% moves to the upside. I want to mention the industrial group. There are a few things to talk about here. 3M downside 3.5%. Offset by URI, 3.5% to the upside. Over here, though, some of the travel names popping back up in positive territory. So all the airlines are here. UPS and FedEx, though, offsetting that to the downside, 2% each, or 1%, I should say, each for UPS and FedEx. Airlines are positive. Cruise lines are also positive. RCL, CCL, and NCLH, 3.5 to kind of 4.25% to the upside, leading the consumer discretionary group. Albrand's down there, 7.25%, having a nice day. Some retailers as well. Retailers are positive, but banks, I should say, definitely leading the financial group. GSMS. Wells Fargo was here as well, I saw before, but don't see it right now. But these two, both 3+% moves to the upside leading. But look at every single individual bank having a 2+% kind of day to the upside. FITB 5%. Tech stocks, I don't see one negative. There might be one in the software group, but basically the entire sector in positive territory, leading this rally, which we like to see. 1.5% for the S&P. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Brendan. I always say if you come from Brendan to a winning trade, and Sundial is going up, so I guess it's going to be a winning trade, obviously. There's a bit of a level here at 73. I'm not going to say a louder yeehaw until you break through it. I mean, I'd expect this at 75, certainly, but it is rounding off in front of it. I will take like I just did here, a couple more shares off at 73, and then maybe 73.25 on the way up. It was a good 70 break. Obviously, I missed the 70 cent short, but this is the best thing about the community. I mean, I probably had Sundial up on like a specific level 2 in one chart every day for from 85 to 90% of the days in the last month. Literally this morning, I took it off and occupied OGen with that spot, which is still a good stock for me today. OGen is my #1 stock, so thankfully that ended up being a good decision. But Sundial, you just can't stay away from it. I mean, it's been a big player, and if you trade some of the small caps or penny stocks, and you're looking to make a cannabis play, it's obviously going to be here. Mara, on the other hand, it just pulled back. Oh no, there comes 21 even. That's why I did get some shares at 85, should have been 95. Now it looks to try to hold this previous lower high at 2036 or 2030 or so. I got 56 in the break long, so I will take a bit of a hit if it comes back. I'd be looking for 20 on a dip buy. Why? Because those even numbers have been holding up as fantastic levels on Mara. I see no reason why that can't continue.
Okay, yes, I agree. I mean, some of these Bitcoin plays, guys, you got to just keep on watching them because you never know where they're going to eventually go. So that Mara is a good one. This FTFT, we just talked about it, at 88%. Okay, now it's at 105% and rocking right now. Oh, come on, chart. Let's hit this one more time and see if it loads on the daily chart. Loading data, loading data, loading data. Just waiting to see. We'll come back to FTFT once that loads. We'll find out what the high is on that name because debating going short now. We have to try to pay for shorts, I would imagine, on that name. Okay, one other thing I want to talk about before we go here is, what was it? It was NEO, yeah. I like this, breaking the top again, man. Play the momentum right now. NEO's 6% up. We shorted this. We got out. We covered our last 10% rate there for a loss, and then it blows up, and now we're consolidating again. So I kind of like this 53.85 break on NEO. I think there could be something there. So NIO 53.85. Yeah, I mean, I like the high of the day much better, but I think just to swing into there, we'll take that. So 53.85 break on NIO. Look at the NASDAQ, man. It's creep. This is a 1 minute chart. Like, it's just creeping higher, but it doesn't want to break. So watch out. I mean, if we take out this bottom, we can go over to Microsoft and some of those other names to short them, but we are going to watch out for NEO right now. I like a break of 53.85 to go. It's been a successful day, man. Check the board below.
Yeah, I'm back into Bed Bath & Beyond, and look, if it's going to be an unsuccessful name, it's two things. It's one, having a bad read on a Bed Bath & Beyond early. Two, trying to short Tesla, which I guess that kind of goes without saying. No one should be surprised that didn't work out, except for me. No, I'm not. Really, let's be honest about that. The break happened at 1880. I did get a second leg in at 1875 when it took out another level. So 77 is going to be the average price. I'll scalp from out to this 1850 level. If that breaks, I really think we go back to that 18. That was a price we were looking at off of the open. It certainly sticks out psychologically, but 1750, man, the buying did step up without even getting to that pre-market low at 1775. So that's why I'd get out at 18 even. It's been a little bit stronger than I anticipated, but Bed Bath & Beyond, first position since the open for me. Sundial continues to go up, so I don't know, Sean. I don't have the. I don't know if you can hit the weed Batman, because I don't have it. I probably should, just because this has been a big time play. There you go. It just got to 75 and did this U-turn. I barely have anything left, but I'm going to throw a stop in here at 71 because I can't let this come all the way back in. I thought if it broke through 75, things would get crazy, but I'm literally holding like 15% of the position left. So 71, if it breaks, I'll just get out of this and maybe start thinking about a short in Sundial, which feels more normal to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty I shouldn't say pissed off because I'm not that pissed off, but I am a little upset because that BBBY trade that you had there, good for you for having it. I feel stupid for missing it because I loved that break right there. You have it, so great.
What is that?
1885. What up, Beat?
Another one to look at here, guys. What was it? Medical Properties Trust just popping up on a volume scanner through 2050. They came out the aftermarket, in fact, yesterday with a big equity offering. So they did buy this up immediately off of $20, 2.5% downside still, but nice bounce for MPW, guys.
I was just about to point out, and then coming from Brendan, my level 2 here on Bed Bath & Beyond. There's this 27,000 share order at 65. I promise you, seconds ago there were multiple 60,000 share orders deeper in the book that just got pulled. Now, again, like I can't really say what's going to happen when it gets down there, but at 77, I haven't taken anything out. I was already planning on scalping some shares out on the way down past those prices. So going to have to break through that buyer there at 67 for me to have any kind of a winning trade. Obviously, it hasn't happened yet, so that's why you're seeing some activity, hopefully on level 2 to the downside. C3AI, I did see someone mention this in the chat. I'm already in like half a dozen stocks here, so as much as I love this one, I thought maybe it would catch a bounce in the next few days at some point in the new year here. It happened without me. It's a big move. It's already like 12%. It is worth noting if you want to come to a higher time frame here. It got to this 130 mark where this was not an accident. I think that it turned around. At some point, if we get a consolidation 125, I'd watch for like a 130 break. I don't know if it's today because it's already gone 12%, but a 130 break is probably going to be a good one. This stock, when it gets going, usually has a couple of days of trending, and it made a bit of a base here at 110 to 115. So a 130 break should be in the cards at some point, guys.
Yeah, so I did take that Bed Bath & Beyond short. I don't have enough shares right now. I mean, I'm waiting to see if it can come back up a little bit here to get into more. But I do like this trade, and we'll see. We'll just see if it works out. But there it is. So we get some more there. I'd like to average into these 80s there and then just see what happens. So we are waiting here to get more shares short. And then I'm going to wait. Again, I'm not going to get out here at 80. I'll get out if it does break back above like 1910, something like that. Okay, here we go. So now we're getting some more averaged in. So, okay, Bed Bath & Beyond. Neil mentioned there about a bid. Maybe there was one scaring this thing up a little bit. So we are short now, Bed Bath & Beyond. That's good. I want to take more, though. Short into this up here somewhere anyways, take into the short into the 90s or so, 1910 or so break, and we'll get out. But let's keep averaging in. Maybe we're wrong on this. It's one of the negative stocks that I have today, so I don't want to put a lot of faith in this play, but I do like it. It was hit down today. I said off the open, guys, that 13% was too much. I did mention that, so now we're down to 10. I think we can retrace at least into this area here, 1840 or so. So I like the short, and we're building it, and now we have 75. So let's put a little bit more out here, get a position that we like and that I don't think is horrible. So we'll do that. What is Neo doing here? What? I didn't take the 80 break again? Okay, I have to find out what's going on. What's up, Brent?
One of Social Capital's SPACs, guys, just exploded. IPOE in New York just went from 12.20 to 15.5. It is obviously halted on that. I just saw Reuters is reporting that they are near a deal. If my window will load here, I'll show you the headline a little bit zoomed in. They're nearing a deal to merge with, I'll just double check the... let me double check because I want to make sure, guys. There's a number of things coming through here, but IPOE halted is the story. But I want to make sure the company's right here on this merger deal.
And that's what it's all about. It's better to have the right news than be first and dead wrong. So this is what we love about Brendan, getting that juice to us. And Sundial, I'm all out. I just saw it bounced off that 71 where I had to stop. But once it consolidated, again, it's like if I see something like that, I'm thinking short. And if I'm thinking I would want to be short if I was flat, why am I holding a long? So I'll take the last of it out of 72. The 70 break was a solid one. If it breaks this 71, I'm not going to short on a breakdown. I'd rather get a short off some consolidation and maybe play the 73 area. If it tests back towards the high, I might even be fading off of that 75 level instead of taking a long break. Bed Bath & Beyond, actually that bid seems pretty legitimate because at 65, it's holding up. But it's starting to chew through this one here. Let's not go to bingo. It's starting to chew through that order, guys. 23,000 shares. It was 27,000 shares before. The momentum of a break here, I'll definitely want to get some shares out between this and the 1850 just to make sure we use that momentum in our favor. And there is that break as we speak. We'll go to Brennan in a second, but we'll do a punch it because it just punched through that bid as you saw there. I just got a few legs out in that 60 range, 61 and 63. Let's go to Brennan.
Okay, so it's Social Finance, which was confusing me there because the company is obviously Social Capital. So Social Capital SPAC IPOE looking to possibly merge with this company, Social Finance, on a merger to take them public. So going to read more about this, but the story here, guys, IPOE halted on that news, guys.
All right, yeah, so Neo here. Look, guys, I'm well aware that this is like a double top here, maybe even more than that as we go, but we are averaging in a little bit to this. We'll take a little bit more here, and then we're going to get out if it breaks back below 50, so watch out. We are going to take this. I mean, the VWAP is here at 40. I think we could probably test that, but we'll average into this one. I do understand that this is a little bit of a risky play, but I'm not super concerned about it, so you should not be either. Let's just wait. Oh, that's GBTC, wrong stock. Neo coming back down. I do have some more bids here. To take another third. So we're in a third. We'll take another third here in the 50s, and then we'll watch and see what happens on that 50 kind of break. I hope it doesn't break, but we never know what's going to happen around here. So we will wait on that one. So that's NIO coming back down. I do like it. I do even like a break of the top, but it needs to get going here. NASDAQ thinking a little bit about turning around. Let's see what it winds up doing here near the highs of the day. So what's my average price? I'm talking like this is a problem. Our average price is 84, 85 right now. So we still have some room to go to the upside. Let's get some off around 54, 53, 90-ish. If we can get those out like for 15 pennies, 95s, we'll take that, guys.
Yeah, and speaking of, I'm just going to take this, and I keep saying this. Someone always asks me to actually look a gift horse in the mouth. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that without actually having one, but I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth and take some profit off in front of VWAP here and Morgan Stanley. It was a nice rollover short. I mean, the relative weakness, it was trying to make a top. At the same point, JP Morgan was breaking through the highs. You're putting in a lower high in Morgan Stanley, so I like that setup almost every single time. Like I said, I might hold the last little bit if we get a break of VWAP. Maybe you get to like a 75.30 and you hold on to some shares for that. If I do get this last out here and we bounce off VWAP, I'm not going to give it the high of day at this point. My stop now comes in to about 76.25 area just to make sure I lock in profits. Now that it's close enough to VWAP, if it bounces here, you want to make sure you're right on the trade and don't lose money on a move that you did get right. So let's not have a winner turn into a loser, but let's also go to Brennan at the big screen for Money Talks.
Yeah, let's talk currency land. Wanted to make sure we got that IPOE news to you. Yeah, a little bit negative so far today as far as exchanges are concerned versus the U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar strength on Biden's confirmation in the 2020 election. Euro, the Canadian dollar, the British pound, all significantly lower. The euro down 0.5%, the CAD about 0.4%. British pound, same 135.5 again for the British pound. Down here, Turkish lira bouncing. It's had 2 or 3 days to the downside, 0.8% higher. We're seeing some volatility again, so a bit of a play, 0.8% for both the Japanese yen and Swiss franc. Bitcoin and Ethereum, yes, they're having good days, 8.5, 5.5. 39,000 coming into play for Bitcoin currently, guys. But look at Ripple, 35%. Finally catching a bid here. 20 cents at the bottom there. We're up to 36.5 for Ripple, guys.
Yes. So crypto going well. You know I bought those Ripple dips, guys. So yes, nice call there. Thank you, Brendan. Making my day a hell of a lot. Well, my day's still fine, but making it better there. I bought some Ripple on those dips. So yes, sir, on that one. That's been a good one. And then the other day I talked to you guys about Cardano as well. ADA, that one up another 5%. You know, it was a monster. I mean, look at the chart here on Ripple, or on ADA. This is not, I got to call you up, a daily chart here. 24 hours. Now let's look at a 7-day chart. Here we go. A nice little move from like 21 up to 32, but we're not a crypto show, but I just want to talk about that since Brendan just mentioned XRP. Ripple ripping it up right now, so good little trade there for that. My Palantir is getting close. I still hope I have that order in because it's about to break. 24.68. This is the level that we liked from the other day. We can call up a 3-minute chart. Palantir, the next trade to get into right here off of that break. There we go, we're in. So there's that tick right there. We are now into Palantir right now, long 6.6. Here. So let's see how high Palantir wants to go. A little bit of a decent position for me on Palantir, so we need this one to go.
Yeah, I just got SOS. It broke through 3 even, so it just continues to flush. This all started at 4. It was a failed break at 4. It went to 410. It just broke down past VWAP. I got that short as well. Now 3 even. I've already scalped some out to 90s. It looks like 275, of course, remember, was a support level in the pre-market. If it gets there, certainly I'll be all flat because I'm going to sell in front of us or buy back in front of that resistance point. Bed Bath & Beyond is just, it's a little frustrating. I was able to get some shares out when it broke that 1865 order, but it just couldn't go any further. It's now testing back up to 19. So rolling into some more shares in front of that 19. If it breaks, and it was consolidation from like 19 to like maybe 1910 or so for a bit, I'm going to use that as a bit of an out and then just walk away from Bed Bath & Beyond if it cannot go any further than this.
Okay, guys, we're doing it again. Bang! We talked about taking some positions on this one. I've had this one loaded up for a while. Palantir, 66s. Let's go! Nice trade here. And again, depends on how many shares you have, guys, what kind of profits you're raking in right now on PLTR. Boom! A nice little 20-cent win, man. We're going on. The pins for me on this one, guys, lined up. So we bowled them out. Now we'll take some out here as we go, just leveling them up, just getting out as we start ripping to the high side there. And then we're waiting for 84s right now. Might be a little high. So we're out right now of 2/3 already. I'm a scalping kind of guy, so we'll wait for that. Now we'll see if we can hold the last third. We get those 84s? Not yet. Put me there at 84 as we sit on the offer, and boom, we take that out. So right now, man, spin it, because this is what we're doing right here on Palantir. Just go 90s now. Yes, sir. We had this trade. I hope you guys had that one. I talked about Palantir for a while there. We gave you that level a while ago. This is why you got to sort of log in and watch us. I brought that back to that level back on a couple days ago as we zoom out. Yes, Palantir, yes. So happy with this trade, guys. 24.65. We talked about this in the pre-market. 30 cents now. Let's go. We're making that money on Palantir, guys. The best just keeps getting better. This stock is my stock. This and Microsoft. Play it. Let's go. Big trade here. I hope you guys have that. Tesla over 800. Palantir running. This is a big day over here, guys.
Just got finally into some sundial here. I've given up on Bed Bath & Beyond. That's just entirely too strong. Not going to fight it anymore. I'm off that stock for the rest of the day. Going to jump into sundial for the short trade for the first time here off of 75. It did make a test, got to 74 even. I caught this rollover starting at 73. Let's see if we can get a retrace back to that 70 break price. Brendan, what's up?
I noticed this one off the open, guys, but didn't get around to bringing it up, unfortunately. But Snowflake, day highs here again, coming up to $300. Again, for Snowflake, big volume, though, today. Nothing terribly significant as far as headlines are concerned, but Snowflake having quite the day.
All right. Yeah, let it snow, let it snow. What an out there, like 25. Like, you got to watch these key levels on Palantir, man. You got, like, on every stock, you have to be focused on certain levels, man. And then when they come there, you get out. So now we're very, very light. We're down to that 10% left or 20% left. 15% left on Palantir there as we do the math. So yeah, now we'll wait to see, but we can hold this one all the way back, and I think that's what we'll do. We'll hold this one back to 50. So a big win, man. We're doing backflips on that one. I hope you guys had Palantir with us, with me. Big trade there on Palantir, rocketing up my board to one of my #1 stocks. That and FCell still rocking and rolling, guys. Big trade there on Palantir.
One stock I was going to talk about this morning, actually, I think we missed that a little bit. Obviously, there was some movement that happened in the afternoon. One of them was Smith & Wesson here, SWBI. There was a bit of a bounce off of like a 2050 area, and if you go back to this little pullback on the way to the upside, on just yesterday's session, that's a bit of a bottom worth watching. Now, if we hold 21 even, maybe gets a secondary bounce. It's not always the most volatile name in the world, but certainly making some moves here today. Anytime you get those hard wicks to the downside and snapping back up, making that higher low, it's worth a bit of a look. And I like this off of that 21. If you can sort of hold above that price, it's kind of trying to and failing. I'll try a bit of a long trade on SWBI. For now, it just ticked 11 o'clock. Wow, that means we got to get to Valeria here for our European update.
Hey guys, European shares are in positive territory after projected Democrat Senate win. Britain is up 0.33%, Germany is up 0.75%, Italy is up 0.31%, and France is up 0.96%. Atos trading in Paris is down more than 12% after launching a $10 billion bid for rival DXC technology. Back to the traders.
I didn't even catch who was up there, but here comes SOS, sort of screaming back to the upside. I'm looking at this 325 area. If we get any kind of sideways action, I'm going to be hitting a short, using 25 as a bit of an out. Morgan Stanley just broke that 76 mark. I haven't gotten the second leg out of that, or the next leg out of that trade. It is still trying to creep low. I want to hold some in case it breaks VWAP, but now watching closely for SOS here in case it makes a bit of a turn. Just tried to catch shares on that little short turn. I didn't miss. Unfortunately, if it comes back up to like 12, 13, maybe I'll actually get that execution.
Okay, so we did drop off some of our as I speak to Greg here. So Palantir, we did get some off right there again at 75 on a 75 break. So now we'll hold now even less. Now we have 10% left on this play. So we did take it out there. Great trade. I did tweet that out, so you can follow on Twitter, me, Neil, or Brendan, and all of us and the show. So you'll be able to find that there. Kevin O'Leary coming Jan 15th, 24.50 right there. Good little dropping off spot for me. Now, the most capital that I have in right now is NEO. So this is a trade that we have to talk about. Average. I told you that we'd take it back down here at 53. I don't average in much. 3 times is enough for me right here. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Our average price 75. So it's okay. But the market here still staying up. NEO trying to come down. So we are very careful right now of this VWAP, and we do know that NEO, not Neil, could wind up breaking right now soon. So that's not a great trade for us on NEO, especially when it does come through. My out on this is going to be a breakthrough 50, so watch out for that one. Now it's getting some levels. We may take some out here because that came awfully close to getting us crushed.
Yeah, and I've sort of been neglecting this stock, but I'll quickly come back to it if we can. We did talk about this with Luisa. CBAT. There's been just a couple of short trades as it continues to flush to the downside. Looks like SOS is finding a bit of a bid. If it breaks that 15-16, I'm going to get a tighter stop on this than 25. That just makes some sense to me. I don't want to lose more than 10 pennies on that. CBAT here, 750 it just got to. So it feels like this is going to be a good place to sort of draw a bit of a line in the sand. If it cannot punch through 750, I'm going to have a trail back up to this like 785, 790 area. If it breaks 750, that momentum is going to be used to get me out, probably in the 7/4 range. But it's been a good short all morning long. Obviously, having it at the top would have been good, but the breakdown through 865 was just as good anyways, and then it retested here at 850. Was able to get some on the way up, but I should have had some on the way down as well, which is always seemingly the better entry for me, and I should always be taking that when I get a chance. I did get that sundial position as well. I think I mentioned that to you guys. I was going to go into the short, or at least for the first time today. I got some here at 73, and then it just started screaming to the downside. That 71 break that I was waiting for as well, I actually add into the position here at 71. I'm looking for it to get to VWAP before it bounces, although it seems like it's bouncing off 70 even. I will put some bids in, so if it does go to 68, 69, I'll take some profit down there.
So Bed Bath & Beyond coming right back there. We actually made a mistake there and got out on that break. We didn't get out, but we got out of some. Thank God it wasn't everything, because now it's coming right back down. So I like it there. NEO coming back from the dead as well. We did take a little bit out there to get our price right here to 70. So a good average in. Those are small outs. We hold 80% of this, more than 80, roughly 80% of this trade. We still have it on. So we are watching out for this NEO break. if we can get it, man. I like 54 still. So we're going to hold on to that one and see what we can do with NIO to the upside right now. Long at 60, still waiting to see if we break downside. I just think that might have been the move right there. This is a 1-minute chart. That could have been it, and it stopped at 75. So our average price, I think, was 75, right? So it does come all the way back. We did take some out 68, 69, 70s there on the upside. So 53.75 is the stop there. So I think we're good. I like it. Let's see what it does. It resisted this 50 break. Now I think we can test 54 again. So no offers out yet for NEO, but it's getting to that point. What's up, Ren?
I know a lot of people watching these SPACs. So IPOE guys halted again, upside this time. We came all the way back into 15. It held there for a couple of minutes and then started to go. But 30% IPOE. Again, this hasn't been finalized yet, but Social Capital IPOE in talks, nearing a deal according to Reuters with Social Finance to go public, guys.
Yeah, so I got the worst out possible on MIRA on that long break. You can see here on the chart, that's me at like 20 quarters. I just actually got into a bit of a short. I know it's not $22, but if I see like a parabolic move like this and then the start of a turn where I can essentially use about that 75 to 80 as an out, I'm going to take it almost every single time here and then work to scalp out in front of the next reasonable level. I think 21.25 to 21.50 is going to be that range. So I am quickly shorted here to MIRA. I should be saying Martha. I told you guys I'd say Martha. But if it breaks that top, no way I'm going to fight this trend. I'm going to get out if it even tests that high of day. What a strong move that was. I just can't believe I got wicked out. And almost made, actually, yeah, I kind of almost did make bottom wick here on that retracement trade. It wasn't a winning trade that long, but that's an ugly entry for the last 10%. Exit, I should say.
Yeah. Okay, NEO back to the high side there as we look. I told you this is my most invested stock right now for amount of capital that we have put in to this trade. So I'm watching this kind of like a hawk here as it's 11.07. I probably should be happy, honestly, with this 10-cent win, but it was just at 80 there. We didn't take it. I thought, I still think we could go higher, but I'm going to put another order at 80 to get out if it does go. So I do like that play, so there's more to come on that. And then Palantir right here. Back, man. We took out a little bit there. We still hold that 10%. Now waiting for 25 to see if that does break. But yeah, we got to put some orders out on NEO just to see what that does. And then BBBY still doing the same kind of dance here, 1890. So we'll see if it breaks VWAP again. I think we'll put an order down here. I think, like Neil said there, this is my worst stock today. So no point in still going back to the well. If we can get some out here and then just move on, I think that's the best play for me on BBBY. We are getting close, man. Oh, let's see. How many people watching right now? Okay, 7,800, not bad. And 3.2. That's not bad. Let's see if we can get it a little bit higher, though. I was hoping that we'd be able to break $4,000 today. So if you guys can and you like some of those trades, we've gotten a lot of super chats for the Baidu trade today. I think that was probably one of the biggest winners for us on the show. Neil, I think, had some big ones as well. So let's just keep going here with some of these wins, including NIO now, 12 cents up. Guys, a big trade here for NEO. You guys, I mean, again, I tell you, some of the requests have been, let me know where we're getting in, what the plan of action is, and then we can all take it. So I told you 3 averaged in. I told you the last one would be in the 50s. It was 57, and now we're 85. Good win. What up, Bren?
Another one having quite the day, guys. 3D Systems, couple of things here. They updated their Q4 preliminary results to the upside, so better than expected. And JP Morgan with an upgrade on this one today. So 52-week highs for triple D. 3D Systems, yes, 72%. 52-week highs through 19 there, guys.
Okay, backflip time here because there goes Palantir. Bang! Through 25. Let go! 25, 25, 10, 25, 12. Let's go. It sounds like an auction happening right here because this is blowing up, and we put some risk into this. You guys know that one. We talked about Palantir. You know I love Palantir. Here's the trade right here. We still have some on. Now we only have that 5%. But again, guys, it's about the trade. You hold it as long as you want. I hold it as long as I want. And here we go to the upside. Palantir with the ripper. I hope you guys like that trade. And by the way, NEO out right there. A couple more. We're getting lighter and lighter on this one. There it is, man. 84 is double out right there at 84. more. So a nice little trade there from a 70 long. Now our average price showing 65. It doesn't matter. These are just average prices, right? So as we get out, our average price will change. But when we started this trade, this is why I'm bringing this up to you. Our average price was 75. So it's still 10 cents in the money. If you took every single fill I had, our average price right here, 75, equal amounts, 75 our average price. Now we're ripping up. So I'll take this 6-7 cent win here on NEO. We'll take it.
Martha. Why do I even try to short this thing? I mean, I got a short in front of like 20 even. Sorry, I took a short in front of that 80 area, got out, took a short in front of 22 in like 96, reversed into the long, and it's like, if you just go long, you just hold on to it, and that's going to be the win. It just got to like 22.35, 36, check that. My last out was actually at 25, and now I'm going to hold on to the final third of this position because why not? This is just incredibly strong. You're seeing like 39,530 or so on Bitcoin. I mean, obviously crypto is going to the moon today overall, and this trend seemingly cannot be broken. 2250, however, if we keep talking about Mara and those obvious numbers, yeah, that's going to stand out a little bit because it's obviously the quarters, if you're making halfway from a 20 break to a 25, I'm definitely going to have some orders in front of that 2250, anticipating some size on the level 2. Whether there is or not, we'll see when it gets there, but I'm going to get out in front of it as much as I can, probably down to about 10% of the position. Mara, it was a good short off the open. Everything since then should have been a long. I had a couple of losing shorts on the way, but playing it both ways is the way to go. Luis even said that as well, our guest from this morning. You got to be able to play the momentum, even if you have a bias in one direction or the other. Here comes a bit of a dip buy, pullback opportunity here at 21, 80s and 90s off that 22 level.
Okay, yeah, Palantir still going, man, 32 cents. NEO, we're getting lighter on NEO because, again, just because, really. We took some out there, 60s, 65s. Like I said, our average price was 75, so here it comes down to break. And we talked also about this NASDAQ break right now, too. So NASDAQ has been cruising. Beautiful day here for stocks and to trade, but we're going to get out 53.44 or so if this does break out. But NEO comes back, man. We took some out. We talked about that we'd be happy if we got up here 1, 2, 3. It's like a triple top there, depending on what you're looking at. So watch out here for NIO, $54 at the top. You got to definitely look out for that one. You talked about Mara. We didn't talk about Riot too much today. QS, QuantumScape was another loser. I have 2 losers today, or 3 losers. Cron, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Quantum. But as you guys can see, this QuantumScape trade was pretty small there. It was a $1.50 loss. Glad we did that because now we're back down to the lows. I know, Mark, you talked about us being long at 67.90. Yeah, my go long was 70 there. So maybe you got out, maybe you didn't, but I still like QS. It seems like it's battling off the bottom here. So good little trade there on QS for anybody.
Yeah, what's interesting is I talk through to you guys, and this doesn't usually happen when I'm sitting there saying adjusting my stop when I realized I had not physically adjusted my stop on Morgan Stanley. I was literally about to look at that DDD. I'm trying to add to my quote board here. Why is it not showing? There you go. I was about to talk about that, but I just missed the bounce on Mara there. I was able to actually get some shares out. I'm going to take more out in front of that high of day, that 2250. But this is just not like. I think I said this before when it comes to like finding a top. Anything that has this kind of a steady climb, and I mean just it literally as linear as it gets. That's not an opportunity for you to short. Remember when Palantir was almost every day going up? I know it's been a bit of a different trade lately, as you can see when Sean's hammering it. But you do not short names like this. You can't just randomly pick a level. It's too clean. You're waiting for a parabolic move up, overextended. That's where the slams to the downside will come in. Now, maybe this is one right here through $20, but I mean, I'm not going to fight it. I'd love to see it level off or have a real sell come in. Have it pull back 10%. Or 5% or something like that, and then join that party. Why gamble that you have it exactly right on the turn when something has been so steady to the upside here? And Brendan, of course, just came with the news here. Brendan, what's up again?
Yeah, another one from that same group here, another 3D printer, SSYS, also 24% today, 52-week highs. They actually have a separate headline here. They completed the Origin buyout. So they were talking about this at the end of last year, if you remember, to continue their 3D printing efforts. So both DDD and this SSYS having quite the days, guys.
Okay, we get a little lucky. I don't know if it's luck because we planned this trade, so I don't think it's luck. But it comes right back down. NEO bounces right off our levels again. Should have reloaded down here. We did not. And then we get out at 80 again. So, I mean, sometimes it's lucky to be good and good to be lucky. But right there, nice little trade. I don't think this is luck, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. A big trade for NEO as we go. Hot dogs for everybody on NEO today. Big trade, guys. I don't know what else to tell you right there. Okay, Palantir does go up. And look, that's where, I mean, we hit the hot dogs there because it breaks through 25 and we get out. So, like I said, we had 10%. Now you're seeing what we have left. Now we have 5%. And I told you about that. That was a big break. Like, this is my one in. Bang, bang, bang to the upside. Neil just talked a little bit about Palantir, but your boy just turns around and just destroys that one. So, good trade there for me. FSL. Breathe. We had this bottom. We could have had it again. This was a mistake. We got out there. We put in the wrong amount of shares, but we get out. One of my top stocks today still remains FSL, but you could see big opportunity missed as right there went to 1450. Now look where FSL is, guys. You know, enjoy if you're in this name. Big run up today, man. 22 and change. Again, could predict where it's going. I'd rather not. Some of these names, I honestly have literally no idea where these things can go. You could see FSL already making that move. We did talk about getting long here on some consolidation. I preferred if it dropped to 8, as we all did, but congratulations to anybody that took a little bit more risk there with FSL. The big trade of the day for me, and we'll review it again for you, was this Baidu coming out. Unbelievable. This is going to look fake, but you guys saw me make the trade, so I even gave you this 213 up here and why we liked it. We were thinking that it could break this 212.50. When it does, we noticed that. We put the order out, and we grabbed that out, man. I mean, it just is what it is. It's the high of the day. This is that trade. This is a $6 winner. We've gotten a lot of super chats for that one, so that I know you guys love that trade. NEO still bouncing up as well. So it's just been a monster day. It's not as big as the last couple of days, but we're a hella positive. We're almost near our highest spot of the day. So for me today, it's a hot dog day. It's been like a sausage day lately, just getting huge. But today, yeah, you like that one, Rob. It's been a big day for us today. Not the sausage parties that Rob likes, but today's definitely a hot dog kind of party, guys.
Crazy.
There we go.
You know, there was a good comment here I just saw in the chat regarding Mara. I am following the spot price of Bitcoin, and look, again, if it hits this 40,000, you're looking at a 2250 top here. That's a turn I really want to get. You're talking about a bit of a psychological level on MARA here, you know, the equity. Now you're talking about a psychological level at 40,000 as well. And if it turns, I'm trying to grab it. I have a level 2 up that's sort of dedicated to make sure I don't miss it. Morgan Stanley, on the other hand, here, now the market overall just pulled back a little bit on the ES, and I'm also looking at the NASDAQ, which is holding its highs. But you know, I actually would have thought the second we level off, Morgan Stanley would maybe accelerate this sort of downtrend it's come into. No, it's holding VWAP pretty well. It's you know, holding these bids. I actually had a bid down here at 75.85 that it bounced off of. So for now, a bit of relative strength here. The longer it does this while still trading to the downside, actually, the more I don't want to have this bid in front of VWAP. The more I want to think about, hey, just cancel the bid. If it breaks through, you can just get an extra 20 to 25 cents anyway. So you can maintain the same stop, the tighter stop here at 25, which I just put in, and then see if it can't go even further to the downside. Because now if the market continues this rollover, the ES just failed at 3,800. You can get a bigger win trade. So sometimes what's happening in the market while you're holding a trade, it can change your opinion. And that little reversal we saw at 3,800, it just has me holding a few of these shares a little bit deeper in case we do get a flush in Morgan Stanley.
Okay, so NEO is still here. I still want this thing to go up. We got to what? So talk about NEO, talk about Tesla. I see everybody on the chat there talking about Tesla, guys, and wow, 802.50. Yeah, we talked about that. This is the biggest cult stock that I know that obviously I've ever seen. Go NEO, as well. Is that 4,000 views? No, not yet. How many? 3.5. Okay. Likes. 802.50 right here to the high side. Oh, man, missed opportunities today. Every single pullback is an opportunity to buy it. It seems like it's just hovering around VWAP, kind of just going up. I think I got to add some moving averages maybe to this chart because I bet you it's just riding along one of them, either the 5 period or the 3 period, something like that. Just going to the upside right now is Tesla. And wow, I apologize missing that one, but it's still going. Check back on Cron right now. Ugh. This stock, not great. Again, it's a negative stock for me today, but we just danced around this name. It did break finally, broke and didn't even go. So I would have probably been waiting for a little bit more than this. I did like the 930 break. You could tell right there when we took it. And then we got out when it broke through VWAP. Probably should have been held through 9, takes off through VWAP again, breaks it. Now we're just dancing around. I don't really love trading some of these cannabis names, guys, but I do like trading FCell, and I'll be doing that tomorrow. Again, as that's still going, check back on QS, not doing much. If you do like this stock, I'd rather leave it for today. Pretty choppy, no real direction. I mean, the direction's down, but you're still up 7%, kind of bouncing around here. Just a little nervous about this one in case people trying to take profits. Not sure what they're going to do, but we'll wait on profits there. And again, I'll keep coming back to NEO. I only have a few more shots left on this stock. I'd like to get out at 54 or close to it if we can. So NEO waiting for that one as we only have 9 minutes left now in the show. I think it's been a good one, guys.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I mean, just to get it in under the, under the gun, Sundial finally does get a better rollover here down into VWAP. I did add to the position. My original short was off of the 73 area, and then when 71 broke, I took some more shares. I would have definitely added if it got back to this like 73, 40 area, but these aren't really actually real. It only got to like 72 or so. As it approaches VWAP, take some shares out, look for a bigger move down to 66, which I still have an order to go short on a 66 half break from this morning. So if it gets to that price, I will be flat. I'm going to put some bids in here. If it gets to 66 half, I'm looking for a new short position on a breakdown trade. Mara just turned. How did I miss that? You know what? I was just talking about getting that turn, and it broke 2250. Once it broke the 2275 mark, I ended up sort of going away from that level 2 and going over to Sundial. That was a mistake because that is a heck of a fail break. Then slammed back down. So that's kind of what I was looking for, and a bit of a turnaround in the spot price as well because it got to like 39.6 and then turned to the 39.5 and then turned to the downside at the same time. But that happened pretty fast. I mean, you can anticipate a move and be looking for it, but at times you take your eye off the level 2, you take your hands off the keys, and you're not on the right level. You're not going to catch that move. It was almost too fast to get it. You could have chased it to like 30 or 40 and still had a winner, but it's already back at that same price. That's as fast as it moved $1 for you. It was definitely tradable. I just was not prepared. I was on the wrong level 2 at the time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When some of these things move, man, you got to sort of like, be kind of on fire and like ready to pounce. Like Bitcoin is nuts. I'm not going to keep talking about NEO because it's right here in not moving. I wish it was, but it's not. Okay, Bed Bath & Beyond again. This is possibly, because we're getting ready to leave you guys, thank you again for the show. We have a lot of fun here, if you can't tell. So come back tomorrow. Really chill group. You guys already know that. I don't need to sell that to you. But yeah, we're real traders, trading real capital here at Day Trade the World. We're prop trading, right? So what that means is we're trading firm capital. We take a percentage of that. And lately the percentages, the amount of money that we've been making has been grand, and it's been great. So thank you very much for joining, and I hope you like the successes that we've had. If you've just joined me since November, I mean, I could go back to find my October stats as well, but definitely November, December, pretty much perfect days, 7 negative days in those 2 months. And then here today, it's the 7th of January, and I haven't seen a red day yet. So we're really super happy with the way the trades have been, and we break them down for you. So that's, okay, Neo, here we go. Up to 85, 86, starting to get a little bit elevated here. So let's wait to, I'm not getting elevated. I don't have too many shares, but well, I guess I am. Always money is money, but I just like it when we're right, man. And the thing about it is, it doesn't matter how many shares I have. The point of what I'm trying to get across here, and I hope I'm doing a good job, is really explaining to you why this averaging happened, why I took the first one, why I took the second one, why I took the third one, and then where the out was, and then what the plan of action is on the way back out again. So now we're right at this level. This is a good spot to take some out. I don't need to go 1, 2. I mean, there's too many tops up here. If we take out this, we'll go. But right now, man, a big win for me. Back on NEO. Big stock for me today. We're finishing at the highest level. I just hope 94s now. Backflip time. Let's go, NEO. We love this stock. Thank you so much for treating me so well today.
Yeah, I just took another shot here, and we only have like 5 minutes left, but just watching Mara go back up. This is like a 1 wick, like a 15-cent evaporation to the upside that just got slammed back down, and then a massive order was filled on the bid. The second I saw that happen, I jumped in at 25s here. I'll give it to this like 2250 area one more time just to see if it can hold. There was one breakthrough, but I mean, to tell you that that was a buy that got sold is it's just an understatement. It went up like 20, 30 cents and then just slammed back down. If it breaks out again, fair enough, but we're basically holding steady on the spot price, and the rollover at some point is going to be pretty good on this name. I want to make sure I have it when it does go. I got all out of, I got all out of CBAT, not Sundial. I was about to say Sundial, but there it goes. And this is like the third time that I've taken one of these like tight stop shorts, and eventually I'm going to get this one when it does come back down. Just got to make sure we are retracing. If we break 3,900 though on the spot, I'll probably have it short tomorrow, whatever the price is, but that hasn't happened yet. I'm still working off these highs, trying to scalp a short. That last one doesn't work. Eventually, I'm going to get one that does. It's been basically longs on Mara that have been the profitable trades outside of this morning off that 2050 level. Brendan has a little something for us here. What do you got, bud?
Yeah, just a reminder, guys. I know we've had a few people sign up for the membership today. Coming up on Monday, guys, want to just give you a heads up. Coming up on Monday, Arun will be joining us for our members Q&A. Anything on the table, any ideas, any question you guys have, you can join us and ask us. We sit down for about 45 minutes or so, and yeah, Arun's going to join us. So if you're into the futures markets or have questions regarding how to trade futures, or if you're curious about how they work, stop by and ask us and ask Arun specifically about that. Just double checked a couple of companies in the chip maker space, semiconductor space, as far as earnings are concerned, both AMD and NVIDIA towards the end of this month, the last week of January and the first week of February. Yeah, we can go ahead, guys, and throw up what is to come. Nope, meant the other one there, Lucas. Yeah, we can throw up Micron, guys, set to report aftermarket tonight.
NEO at 54. Okay, Micron, let's have a quick look at that one. Look, they're in the right space. We love this. This space was the call for me for 2021. Micron up again, another 3 and a bit percentage points. Let's just call up a daily chart just to see. Oh, I mean, there's really nothing to see. We'll see if it pulls back into 74, but maybe somebody knew something. Micron got upgraded a couple days ago. Actually, I think it was late last week. There's that bump up to 80. So yeah, Micron, whatever. I mean, I'm so happy that we're back into reporting season because yeah, hell yeah. Now we get some big names, and watch out for some, some pin dropping on AMD and NVIDIA, Taiwan semis as well. But Micron coming through tomorrow. Good. I'm really glad. Already 10 million shares today, up 4%. Let's get earnings season going. I love earnings season, FYI on that.
Yeah, and you got to look out for always sympathy plays too, because it's going to move the entire space, as Sean mentioned. So look at Taiwan semiconductor. You can have a look at your AMDs as they will move around just a little bit, and you trade what you prefer to trade. You see me in Sundial before the cannabis plays. You see Sean in CGC. You just trade what you're comfortable with. Lots of ways to express trades in specific sectors. And lots of ways to enjoy yourself at lunchtime. Whether or not our national day today is one of them, we're going to find out here for you guys with Miss V.
Thank you, Neil, and hey guys, thank you for joining us this morning. Hope you had a productive day, and keep being efficient and hit thumbs up if you haven't done this yet. We will see you as usual tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and happy National Tempura Day, everyone.
I don't know. I mean, I don't eat as much, getting a little older, don't eat as much tempura as I used to. Try to stay away from those fried foods, but it is certainly tasty if you like it. I know that I do. I'm not sure what your opinion is on a tempura there, Sean, but for me, definitely a tasty treat.
Yeah, every time it's sushi time, we get some tempura for sure. It's got to be done right. We had some amazing tofu last night with panko. It was so good. But anyways, okay, what's up to the wife? I know you're watching. What's up to my mother-in-law as well, and to my mother, and my father. I think you're working, but what's up to everybody? Thanks for joining us today. Shout out to all of our fans out there as well as we continue to go. Look at this out. I'm talking about NEO. NEO rips to 54, guys, and then there was some size at 54. I was going to show it to you, but then we went to Micron. But anyways, good trading here. It goes to 54. Like how many tops? 1, 2, 3. Like so many times. We're out there at 98. So, I mean, we only have one part left on that. We have one part left on Palantir. What a big trade that's been for us. And then BBBY, not doing much. We did talk about that. Maybe you take a long if it breaks through there. I still think it could come down, though. So you can wait on that. But it's a negative stock for me today. So that is Bed Bath & Beyond. And by the way, Just it's kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you. Like Tesla's up 7% again today. Like, when are people going to ring the register, if they ever are? Tesla just making millionaires daily for sure here. And what a great stock. The other thing too is about Tesla, guys. It's going to split again. This stock is not even close to being done. I'll give you that call. What's his name? Elon Musk loves to screw over anybody that's short. And guess what a split's going to do? Like, just probably double this thing. So get ready to go here on Tesla. Congratulations to anybody long this name today. And sorry if you're short, but don't short this name ever. What's up, B, before we go?
Real quick, guys, if you're watching some of those other SPACs, IPOC, just saw a tweet by Chamath from Social Capital. IPOC and Clover finalized. So that is going to change tomorrow on the NASDAQ. So from IPOC to CLOV as of tomorrow, guys. Yeah,
and before we get out of here, that other one, that IPOE, actually still halted here, just halted 11:05. It'll be, you never know when those open back up, but certainly lots of things to watch here. I mean, I actually just looked over, and Mara is testing 23 even. It might actually continue. It just broke through the high of the day, so that continues to run to the upside, guys. It's a crazy one. We did have Luis. I want to thank him for sharing his thoughts on some of these names. Mara was one of them. So fantastic guest for the entire crew, for Ms. V, for my man Sean Katina, for Brendan Wickens. I'm Neil Robb. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Yep.